So part of me feels like um, the music for on the hip hop playlist on Pretzel is repeating itself.
Yes.
Like, not like every few songs, but like every other song, it's the same one.
Yes.
So you heard this and you bothered to not tell me this.
I don't. I didn't know that was. I didn't know that was something that you did. Like I didn't know
No,
if that was. I
no.
didn't know if you rocked with the hip hop version because I was like, I hear that and I'm like, oh wait, this is the second song again. Like
Yeah, I picked it up
I was.
yesterday. I mean, last
I
week. And I was like, something's not right here.
yeah. I wasn't. I wasn't sure. That
No,
was.
that was not something by design, not by me at least.
I was thinking like, nah, I'm not. I really, I kind of quit the whole hip hop thing because I was like, yeah, I ain't really liking the songs that much.
Yeah,
But
I like EDM a lot better.
yeah, EDM, happy, bright. That's usually what I'm usually rocking
I
with.
mean, I'm all for different playlists. This was the first one that I used to use, and I've
Mm,
always used it for this show. But yeah, on mine, I switched over to EDM, especially when I'm driving trucks. It's like the only thing that makes American Truck Simulator seem like Euro Truck Simulator. Is it
right.
just blasting EDM going down Arizona?
I
Uh,
don't know if you get it. I don't know if you get in trouble for it, but one thing that would be interesting to see you do
Go
is to
on.
play Adult Swim bumps.
Wait, adult what?
The bumps from Adult Swim. So they, those like miniature, like those miniature, like commercials
Mm-hmm.
that they have with nothing but images and background music. They have a whole website that lists all the background music they've ever used for one of those commercials.
I should check it out. If it's okay, I would. I would actually bump the
They're
Pizzle
all
packs,
because
but
every
they
single
have
one of them,
lyrics in them.
and
Yeah.
they're no like most of them, if not all of them, are entirely instrumental.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Like yeah, I tried to do the Pizzle pack, and then all of a sudden T Pain is or somebody's rapping. And said, nope, this is not what I wanted. This broke
Mm,
the flow for me. I'm okay. I'm just gonna move. Also, before we get started, I want to make a motion that we ban young M boy from chat because he got a PS5 before I did.
Yes, carried.
Thank you. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Marcus Summers, Major Linux, and it's time once again for Tech Talk Thursday for May 20th, 2021. Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by it's your boy Kev. What's going
hey, ain't that much. Not much.
on? I'm joined this week and most weeks.
I appreciate that addendum.
by Cinziak. What's going on?
How's it going?
And again this week, the GOAT. Hideo Sanaka is channeling her inner Carmen Sandiego.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the world can she be?
Yep, she is. She is vaccinated and victorious, and she is out there among traveling on the highways and byways.
Vaccinated, victorious, and in fact vacationing. We do not know what is happening, but that's where she is.
The triple V's.
All I can say is I hope that she is enjoying herself, getting all that needed vacationing in, just getting outside of the house. Every time I leave the house, it's for work, and it's just horrible. My knee. We were talking earlier about the millennial geriatric. I feel like that's what my body is becoming. My mind, not so much, but my body.
Yeah.
Is just no
Yeah.
dog. Stop.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to like the grocery store, the post office, the bank, and like the hardware store, because I'm like, I become my father. Like, I have become my father. Like, all I need to do is wear like some Wrangler jeans, some loafers with no socks, and a polo shirt, and that's and a Salem hat, and I'm my father.
Is there a belt clip, a Bluetooth headset? Like, what do we?
Mm-mm.
No, none of
No,
that.
that's too high tech for my father. No, that'd been too high tech. He need the big brick phone. That's what he'd probably do.
Oh, okay, got. What,
Yeah.
we talking about the Nokia or before the Nokia?
I'm talking about that big Motorola. That's what
Oh,
I'm
like the
talking
big,
about.
like the Zach Morris
talking,
phone.
I'm talking about the brick, man.
The Zach Morris phone.
The Zach Morris phone.
Oh,
like-
damn.
Or my dad would, or like the Motorola car phone, be like, "Hello."
Oh, I remember the bag phone. The bag phone.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
Oh man, that was. I wish my dad knew where it was. I want that so bad. I can't use it. You can't use it on any network.
No, of course not.
But I want it.
Yeah.
I just want it in my house.
My mom had one, and we used it exactly one time for an emergency, and it cost almost $100 to use.
Whew.
That's about right. Sounds about right.
And now some of us can just live with 2 cell phones. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Double the service. But not
Double
really.
the service.
But not really.
Double the service.
It used to be triple, but T-Mobile bought Sprint. So now here we
Yep.
are. So how's y'all week been going on?
I'm tired.
Yeah, week has been all right. You know, just
You know that whole thing where people invite you to like a little meeting or something for like work related things because diversity issue.
Diversity.
Diversity, something that we need, but we don't talk about.
Phoenix,
We talked about
Unmute yourself.
Wait.
There we go.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was whispering.
I was whispering.
I was whispering.
Oh, okay. Let me tell you, your mic did not pick up that whisper. I was just kind of like, you are on mute. But yeah,
I was like,
let
oh
me
shit, what's
tell
going
you,
on?
You know, that whole thing where it's kind of like, yeah, diversity things. You know what? Okay, cool. And now I'm like, we're about 3 meetings in. I am not enjoying my time here. But what I am enjoying is this cable management.
Oh yeah, I saw the pictures of that. Look at it.
Hand clap praise for cable management. It can't be us, but
No.
There is a
Can't
part.
be
There's a
bothered.
part to this adventure. I found a cable management box. Like basically, you just take all the cables that you have left hanging around. You just throw them into this box. That box arrives tomorrow,
I think I need that.
Ooh.
and it clamps onto the desk, so you don't have to nail anything or screw anything onto the table. If either of you are interested in that, I will give you the information that you need to make that happen.
The sad thing is, I'm not excited in the item. I'm just excited in the fact that you said that something is arriving at your house tomorrow, because that reminded me I have things arriving at my house tomorrow.
Kevin, do you hear him?
Yeah,
I'm not interested in cable management. I'm not. I cannot be bothered to do it. I unplug too many things too often.
Okay, now he's just being rude.
Excuse me.
Excuse.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what's happening here.
You're being rude. I'm just letting you know. Like, I can't. I've thought about it. I have thought about cable managing things. And I think I did it once. I was like, oh, wait, I have to do a thing. Great, now I got to undo all of this.
Okay, there we go. So now I can actually hear y'all properly and things.
Like I minimized my cables. Like I had bought a hub and said I'm gonna plug at least a few things, and I still got more cable. Then I'm like, oh yeah, still got more cables. Got 2 monitors to hook up, keyboard and mouse, and the Ethernet, and it's still and the sound bar, and I'm still got cable dragging. And if I move one cable, I get all this electrical interference.
Or for me, if I move one cable, I'm moving 20 devices because they've kind of braided into each other.
Yeah.
I don't have cables. I have a super cable.
Here you go. I just slid that into the DMs.
Let me see. Would this work? Let's take a look. Let's switch on over. Let's take a look. Will this work?
Oh.
I mean,
I just invite you to consider. I just invite you to consider.
Definitely consider that, but I'm like, well, what?
if anything, it'll help with my Roomba problem. Because when I run the Roomba, I have to sit at this desk.
I'm gonna
to
need a
keep
bigger
the
one.
Roomba from going underneath it.
Like I like that, and I like the idea of it, but I'm gonna need that to be a bit bigger because I have a literal brick.
I just need them just
I mean,
lifted off the floor.
Because I mean, that's basically all this thing is there for, is to just be like, I don't know what's going on with this cabling, and I don't care to know what's going on with this cabling. I just don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it. And if you don't want to see it, this box is perfect for that, because you can just clamp that onto the desk and throw whatever cables you have in there. Let it be a super knot if you want to. You just don't have to see that now.
He is not wrong.
Not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Not wrong at all.
I can see it. All right. Sid made a believer out of me on that one.
So let's also talk about a thing. Going to electronic stores is weird now. I went to Best Buy this weekend because I wanted cable management things. I was looking for Velcro ties, zip ties, and command strips. That's it. I was only looking for these three things. Went to Best Buy first and said, hey, where do you put your cable management stuff? They pointed me in like two different directions in the store, but had none of them. None of them. There were no cable management things.
I could have saved you that time.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things like you just go to this place and it's like, cue the dramatic violence here. It's a shell of itself, a sad and frail thing. And I'm just like, I have come here to the electronics emporium. I did have an enjoyable moment of explaining to my friend that when they say they sell electronics, you know, people think of it as a computer store, but it's a general electronics store. So you can do things like get a washing machine, get a microwave, get an electric toothbrush. Because electronics.
I need to hang out with more people who aren't into video games and computers, because I don't understand that. Like when I hear Best Buy, like I know exactly what they sell.
Well, the thing is, I don't think people didn't grow up in a time that you and I did with things like Sam Goodies and Circuit City and things of this nature, where they had this is a general electronics store. Without the marketing around, you go here for video game stuff. It was just if you want things that are electronic at all, you go here. So it was like can you plug it into the wall? Yes, it's at that store. That's where you get it from.
Okay.
Right.
People don't have that understanding of electronic stores. They think of them as places for you to buy computers specifically, not electronics in general. So I just walked them down a whole aisle where it's kind of like, you have KitchenAid mixing bowls and like car radio parts and all of this other stuff, and it's like all of these things that are electronic are here, but it's sad that they don't have anything for managing cables. So I had to set foot in the ninth circle of hell in the halls of Asmodeus, also known as Walmart. Had to step all the way back in there
I'm so
Walmart looking for some stuff, and then it was like not in the electronics section but in the hardware section was the quarry that I was seeking. So I came back with a whole bunch of Velcro ties and everything else. And came back, and this is where we would like to give a shout out to both Kevin and Major Linux, who some months ago, when I told them I'm finally ready to commit to getting a second monitor, but I would like desk spacing, or just like, have you considered getting a monitor arm, and gave me some suggestions about where to get them. The monitor arm that they suggested also came with a number of clips that I remembered and attached to the monitor arm but had not used. So I spent the weekend with it's a T-bar, so you have like a vertical thing and then you have like a horizontal one with some joints that you can bend to like position your monitors and things. It came with 4 clips so that you can run the cables from the monitors along the pole, and I use the Velcro ties to support the cables.
Now I do that. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah.
That I had not done. Y'all, it was a night and day difference up here on top of this. And I have the pictures to prove it.
Yes, you do. It's great. I loved it. It's, man,
It was
One day.
it was a wonderful time, and so we're gonna see part 2 of that in a bit when these cables arrive tomorrow. And I just go, all of that in the box, that box clamped to the desk, and now we see none of it ever.
I like that.
And clap of praise. Since
Especially because this one monitor has a power brick right on top of my desk, but it can't reach all the way down to the floor.
But hopefully, if you put it in that box, it doesn't catch things on fire. Those things can get hot.
You know something? If it catches on fire, you'll be the second person to know. I'll probably be the first and be very upset about it.
Lord, I hope sensitive house won't catch on fire. Anything else?
I mean, in electronics, no.
I mean, look, this is general anecdotal.
General anecdotal stuff. I think that was most of that. Also, got to see some family this weekend, and that was nice.
Awesome.
That was nice, but also like about 2 hours into seeing everybody, I was just like, I was here when there were only a few people. The people that you have invited to the house accumulate, and my mom doesn't know how to do things for a small group of people and keep that group small, so I went home. My poor brother, though, showed up. It was just like, okay, I'm ready to come home after this long work shift to take a nap. It was like, there's a house full of people partying over here. I hate my life at this moment, so he spent the night over here so that he could sleep before having to go to work the next day.
Oh wow.
Got some Krispy Kreme with a hot sign. That was also a highlight this weekend.
Was it one of your free ones?
No, it was not one of the free ones. It was 6 of the not free but very worth it ones, because I left my house and forgot this vaccine card, and also because the Krispy Kreme is on the other side of town.
Yeah.
These things are spaced out. They have exactly in my town. They have exactly 1 Krispy Kreme. It is a sad affair.
One day I'm gonna get to that Krispy Kreme.
Well, I mean, hold on. How long do we have now? It's like maybe a week or so. No, 11 days until the end of May. So you have another 7 months to get yourself at least 1 free donut.
That's still a big ask, seeing that it is on the other side of town. Everything that I ever need is down the road from me. I have no need to be over there. Like, it's very rare. It's very rare that the Best Buy in that town has what the Best Buy down the street from me doesn't have. And it's the only reason why I would be over there.
Honestly, do it.
I should just drive. I don't know.
Yeah, just do it. Let's do it.
So then you got people asking me questions and checking on my blood. People want me to check on my blood sugar. It just becomes a thing. I need to just be there already, not to just go over there for the donut exclusively.
I mean, you don't have to go exclusively for the donut, but
why else would
I mean,
I
also
can't say that I'm going to a Best Buy. I got a Best Buy near my house.
Hold on for a moment. Don't go exclusively for the donut. Go for the hot, fresh donut.
the hot light donut, yeah.
Do they tell you? Is there?
Yeah, there's a sign on the front window. It's a big
on
sign.
The front window. But again, I'm saying, like, I need to plan that. How could I plan that? If I can't see the sign, how would I know?
Oh, you'll see the sign. Like Ace of Base.
No, they don't have a schedule for doing these. You just have to catch them when they do it.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's basically like quick word of mouth marketing. How it works. When they
so
have,
I'm just gonna
when they
hire.
have,
So I go over tonight. So I go over to this town, pay a whole bunch of people. Said, look, when that light goes on, I need you to document when it happens. We're gonna put it. We'll put it into that stonk market thing that they built for Animal Crossing, and we're gonna approximate when that light will come on again, and that's when I'll be here to cash in and get a hot ready donut.
So cue up the saxophone here, but Major, why don't you just use those social skills and just call Krispy Kreme itself and say, hey.
Wait, call as in like use my phone? The thing I do everything but phone call?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and call them, and when you call them, just like, how are you going to offer people money then?
Mm-hmm. It's
I could
guaranteed.
Venmo
It's
them.
guaranteed.
PayPal.
But like, how are you making these arrangements? Is my question.
Oh, I mean, text them, Telegram, Signal.
So what you do is you call them and you befriend them, and you just go like, "Hey, here's my phone number. Call me the next time that hotline's on."
Mm-hmm.
See that, but also how long? So let's add. So how long is a hot sign duration?
Oh, it's
The whole time that they are cooking donuts, as long as the hot sign is on, they are making hot, fresh donuts.
Because again, the
But
question
there isn't a specific time for that until they no longer need to make donuts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Normally it's the entire day. It's at least one entire day.
So that hot sign will be on the entire day.
Yep, most days when the hot sign's on, it's on for the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm gonna be spending multiple times at night, Dale, trying to figure this shit out. Anywho,
Not you trying to make an algorithm for the hot sign.
Yes!
Listen, this is a mystery of the universe. These are the secrets of the Lord. Just
Look, it's
be there and receive your blessing.
math equations. It's math. It's all it is just math.
It's like the swans from Capistrano. It's like Puxatawny Phil. We can't know the exact day and hour when the hot light comes on. But when it does, it is a momentous occasion.
Kev, what's been going on with you this week?
Why not much? Nothing much for the most part. Just playing these games that I love. And what was a cool game? What was something that was pretty cool happened? I think that was pretty much it. Just literally getting this house in order.
You gotta get your house in order before you come for somebody else.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So just getting everything together as it goes, because it's like, like the pandemic it's not over, but it's turning a corner.
It's coming to a close, maybe, just possibly.
Coming to a positive end. That's what I'm hoping for. And it's like you look at everything and you think to yourself, man, I need to freshen up a bit. So I was like, you know what? Time to get everything freshened. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some me time. And plus, I wasn't really feeling like screaming that much today anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that time. I'm just gonna take this time and energy and get this thing and at least get a chip off a little dent of these spring cleaning. And we're just gonna.
How did that go?
It was, it's one of those things. It's like you just feel good when you put things in bins. Like you fold stuff and you put stuff away, and it's this zen-like this really good feeling of like, yes, it's not sitting in this chair anymore. It actually has a place, and it feels good. And we're gonna do more of that tomorrow because that's my official day off. So I'm like, yes, more of that. Get that done. And getting used to possibly going back outside again. Definitely not wearing masks. Masks are gonna be a thing for a while. Masks are gonna be a thing for a while. I don't care what nobody says. Masks is gonna be it for a while. Maybe I might not be as inclined to wear a mask when somebody comes over, but when I go out to Kroger, especially Walmart, best believe I'm wearing a mask. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got going on, and going on thus far this week.
Dope.
Yeah, I'll save my read for I'll save my read for the end of the show, like normal reads.
So for me, I've been in the office most of the week this week. I'm exhausted. I am tired. I am hoping that tomorrow I don't have to leave the house for a damn thing. Unless I really, really want to. You know, like buying a new iPad case. Because I am excited to announce my iPad Pro is coming tomorrow.
Awesome.
I wasn't sure if I actually made the order through Verizon within a decent amount of time to actually get it tomorrow, but they sent me the shipping information. Well, Verizon sent me one tracking code, and FedEx sent me another one. So I have two packages coming from Verizon, and I don't know which one is which.
Oh.
However, I think I figured out that the one that's coming tomorrow, because there's one that's coming tomorrow and there's one that's coming Monday. I think the one that's coming tomorrow is the iPad because it's saying, one, I have to sign for it, and two, because of the fact that our cell phone bill is in my wife's name, FedEx won't notify me that I have a package coming because it's showing up as my wife and not me.
Oh.
So I can't track it. Like, I mean, I can track it, but it's not like, it doesn't show up like on FedEx's website as a package that is coming to me, which is a bummer. Also, I have a new backpack that's coming because the old backpack that I had it's from it has a logo of a company, of an organization that I really don't care to associate with anymore. It's a very good backpack. I hate that I will not use it anymore, but again, it's a principle. So, got a new bag coming so that way I can go ahead and get ready to go back into the office because,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just really excited. Got packages coming. I'm so happy. Get new play toys. The reviews for the iPad are nice. They're saying like the performance is good, but they're saying it's being held back by iPadOS. We'll find out though. Looking forward to also upgrading my wife to where she can use my old iPad Pro. So she gets a nice little spec bump, even though she'll probably not use it. And I'm almost tempted to not even say anything to see if she'll even remember that I promised it to her. Because with her not even using her with her not even using her iPad, I doubt she'll even use mine if I gave it to her. So I'm gonna hold on to it for as long as I can. And if she says something, then I'll give it to her.
Rescue.
Oh yeah, you know, young, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Wow.
I don't want to talk to Young anymore. I am protesting talking to Young.
Wow, Young with the flex.
Right?
Not even casual, not even subtle.
No, not at all.
Young with the smooth flex. I ain't mad at you, Young. I ain't mad at you at all.
Can we talk?
Maybe might be, but I'm not.
I have a question for us about this. Here's a question.
Go on.
What's happening next Thursday?
Oh yeah. Have we even decided on anything?
We sure haven't.
No, we haven't.
You know what?
Wait. Well, we said Mario Party, but we don't have it. Not all of us have it.
Not all of us have it now.
Who doesn't have it?
I mean, I don't, but I can easily acquire it.
I mean, yeah.
Because because I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, we still have cooking in the kitchen to do since y'all bootlegged everywhere, but with me.
You're like chefing it up.
We could go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
We could discuss. We got some time.
We got some time.
We got some time. Mm-hmm. But while we marinate on that, see what I did there. While we marinate on that. Let's get to some tech news. A whole bunch of stuff happened this week. Hey, speaking of ransomware attacks, do you know that Windows 10 can help you prevent that?
I did hear about this. I was like, okay.
It's been there for a while, but apparently it's, the best kept secret of Windows 10. It's a big hat tip to Forbes for pointing this out, but because this is not something I was aware. I mean, existed. To enable it, type ransomware protection in Windows search bar, or take the long way by navigating the settings, update, and security. Click on Open Windows Security. Click on Virus and Threat Protection. Scroll down and click on Manage Ransomware Protection. So you can even do this in real time. I'm gonna type in ransomware protection, and I'm gonna spell ransom wrong, but yeah. You can click this button and it'll protect you against ransomware by essentially pestering you with literally every little thing your computer does just to make sure you aren't being attacked.
Be like, hey, you cool with that? Hey, you cool with that? Hey, you cool with that? Hey, you cool with that?
Like it blocks like legitimate things from running, and that's why I don't use it. Like I used to use it, I turned that shit off. I was like, I can't.
Now, some of my older clients, I would definitely enable that, because I want them to be always alert and on guard when it comes to events, because I want them to be like, hey, this is a big deal.
But see, what I'm afraid of is like you'll get calls and text messages every time a message pops up. Is this good? Is this good? Is this good?
But see, I want them to be like, trust in the process of what this thing is, because again, I still get those texts and calls anyway, because everybody's like, oh, what is this again? So most of the time it's like I want them to have that level of, don't trust it until you trust it. So be like, all right. So not for everybody, but for some, possibly. Because typically my clientele are very like, all they do is they just type out the church program for Women's Day Sunday, and like maybe look at some Facebook and some Joyce Meyer clips on YouTube, and that's basically about it. Like,
hope you didn't say Joyce Meyer clips on YouTube.
Yeah. Joyce Meyer, all the evangelists, the private plane pastorage,
No, Ruin, you've not missed it.
Oh, Ruin, you are right on time.
We just started.
You missed all the chaff. You hear the good stuff.
But yeah, like I get what this is for, but yeah, like for somebody who knows what they're doing, like this becomes really annoying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like I just turn it off. It's like, look, honestly, for me, it's like, look, make sure my data's backed up. If I ever lose that shit, all right, cool. If I need to throw the whole computer away, I guess that's what I do now. But I mean, well, ultimately, if it's this computer, I imagine all I would have to do is just replace the motherboard. I can take the same CPU drives, everything, plug it into a new motherboard, and be okay again. But yeah, like honestly, it's just a matter of like making sure your data is backed up. You can even see down here at the bottom, like set up OneDrive, because what that'll do is like it'll back up your documents, your photos and stuff to OneDrive, that we at least have some form of protection.
Right.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you would back up to the last known good state.
And offline, and just in case, offline and offset and offsite backups and clones.
Yep, I've got a drive that's plugged into the computer itself. I back up to my Linux server over the network, and I also back up to Backblaze offsite.
Yep. I have all the Google Cloud, the OneDrive, the Google Drive for the more important stuff, and then I have like just like I say, offsite offline backups. Something goes hanky, clone that drive, and we are back to square one or near to square one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
I like
cool.
and like I like Backblaze because again, if you have enough data that you need restored, they will send you a hard drive, and it's great. It's encrypted.
Mhm.
If anybody will open that drive before you get it, they wouldn't be able to do anything with that data. It's amazing. It costs $189 for them to send you the drive, but they refund you the money back once they get the drive back.
Mhm.
So they come everything targeting you in particular hit you from you. It went into Backblaze, took them down entirely. It managed to grab your disconnected drives and bring them over to your PC, infect them too. If they really wanted me that bad, then you know what? They can just have it. Ain't nothing. Honestly, like there's nothing that I care about enough towards. Well,
Yeah,
all right.
like there's something to be said about our just general concerns and appreciation for just good security. By the way, this is your reminder during this particular podcast to two-factor your shit. However,
We got an article about
there
that.
is a lot of this that sometimes it's like breaking into my car. What are you taking? Like a dime, an old postage stamp, a Popeye's receipt from stuff I have already eaten. You have not come here for anything. And I promise you're not coming for the value of this car because I probably bought a Kia Sorento from like Automart at best. Like, you have just wasted your time. I have more valuable information on the old iPad that I have back here that I will ever have in that vehicle. I need y'all to like calm down.
Mhm.
Like, if you're that hard up, you could have just knocked on the front door and said, "Hey, I need some change." I
Yeah,
would have just given you the
exactly. Like,
You were.
what do you want? Do you want some money? I mean, what's good? Like,
You,
It's-
make you a
yeah.
sandwich? Like, really?
Like, it's just one of those things where people just
Yeah.
like, what if someone robs you? And I'm just like, clearly they needed it more than I do. That's all I can say, really. Like, I'm sorry that you felt the need to rob me. I would have just let you have it.
I'm canceling these credit cards, and I'm calling the police, and I'm going about my business. Like that's about it.
Like the worst thing that would upset me if somebody stole my wallet would be that they took my titanium Apple card,
Mhm.
and I just want the cool titanium Apple card.
Mhm.
I
Like
truly,
it's just the thought of having that slab of metal in my wallet that is the coolest thing. And you took that from me, not the fact that you took my credit card. You know, you just took the slab of metal. I want that.
honestly, the saddest thing, if you stole my whole wallet, the only thing I would truly be upset at you for is making me have to sit in the DMV.
I'd be like, damn.
Yeah,
now
see, I
gotta
could
go.
order. See, that's what I could order another one online.
Damn. Now I gotta go to DDS. Like, damn. That's Georgia DMV.
Thank you. I'm like, should I know what DDS is?
Yes, Department of Driver Services. It is It is literally like the most like.
You know something? I keep forgetting that y'all call that the DDS down here. But
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm used to using like the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Mhm.
Yeah, and see, that's
Yeah.
the thing, like, because I know both of y'all are in Georgia. And like, Sid said DMV. You said, wait, did I?
No, like we live in the same place.
That's
I'm
what I
used to
thought.
using New York terms to refer to this place.
No, not New York. Everywhere else.
Yeah, everywhere else.
Everywhere else. We use
Everywhere
DMV.
else, majority everywhere else has like DMV. Georgia's like DDS. And I'm
DDS
like,
to me is what, dental?
Yeah, it is dental, actually.
mm-hmm.
No, actually, I googled DDS, and the first thing that came up was Georgia Department of Driver Services.
Told you.
But everything else is fucking
Everywhere else.
dentist. But everywhere
Everywhere?
else is dentist.
So
You would think it's dentist. DDS, like I say, Sundar says that.
Oh, thank you. Ruin had pointed out that on the right in the on the information card that Google provides, DDS is a dental degree. But
it
the
is.
first
It's
result,
it's specifically doctor of dental surgery. If you want to look that up.
Oh yeah.
but the first search result in Google It's Georgia Department of Driving Services.
When I tell you that this state is backwards as hell, God's sake. Whew.
See, that's what North Carolina's like. South Light. It's just once you just go into South Carolina, like whatever is going on down there, it's like, look, I don't know.
Yeah, Georgia's like the last bastion before you get to Florida, where it's like,
yeah, I'm so sorry.
You sure about that?
I'm so sorry.
You sure about that? You'll be like, you go to Florida, I don't know what to tell you. We bad, but ooh, damn.
I mean, have you ever just been like driving and all the signs just seem to like indicate to you you really could just stop and turn around at any time and like live a better life than the one that you're choosing for yourself?
That's how
I want you to make better choices for you.
That's how I feel.
I really do.
That's how I feel on Interstate 77 driving to Columbia, South Carolina. It's like, there's nothing here. What are you doing? Just turn around. Charlotte was back that way.
Mm-hmm.
You miss Charlotte. You turn around. You go right back. It'll be great. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go here.
Mm-mm.
That state seems like a whole ass sundown town. This is the whole state of South Carolina seems like a sundown town.
It really is a sundown state.
Okay, first thing, it's not a sundown state. The part that you actually have to, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. It's North Augusta that you have to worry about for one.
Yeah, true.
Well, I was talking about South Carolina, not Georgia.
And Aiken for another. Like they're basically right there.
Mm-hmm.
I have stories about that. Back when I was out here wilding in college, and when I say wilding, I mean back when I was making a statement without making a statement.
Right.
I may or may not have rolled up a Confederate flag that someone had at their house into the shape that I could make of a turban and wore it to a Walmart. And I was just kind of like, say something.
Hand clap. I salute
this
you.
This is like watching like
salute you.
It's one episode of Top Gear where they drove through the South with statements on their cars that were definitely going to get them killed.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them almost fucking died on that show.
Doing what now?
Like, I forget what episode. It was like an episode of Top Gear. Back when it was May, Clarkson, and Hammond. And they wrote like the most incendiary shit towards the white supremacists and racists in the South on their cars. Just to get a rise out of them because they just love fucking with people. I don't think they understood how bad it is in the South, in the US, in the American South. To where, like, one of them almost fucking died. Like, you've seen what they did to the Biden campaign bus in Texas back in last year. Like, it was that, but hey, they weren't trying to kill a president. I mean, well, they weren't going to kill Biden. They were intimidating them. No, they were trying to kill these fucking TV hosts because they did not know who they were.
Now was this American Top Gear or was this British Top Gear?
No. This is the British one.
Oh, okay.
Like before the dude got fired and all of them left and created Grand Tour on Amazon.
The thing nobody watched. Okay, gotcha.
Wait.
Oh,
excuse me?
Sorry. I'm kidding. I kid.
Are you though?
Whereas Problematic is one of those hosts where I was watching that show quite often. But yeah. Hey, Windows 10 has ransomware that you can ransomware protection that you can activate. You should go do that if you were so inclined. But again, just back up your data. Just do that.
Right. Really, just back up your data.
Just back up the data and stop clicking random ass links.
Yeah, that.
Excuse me. Again, I know I mentioned earlier I hate talking about rumors, but there was something about this one. Twitter Blue subscription plan will cost you $3 a month, but you still won't get editable tweets. Editable tweets. It was something in this article that stuck out to me. So apparently with this one here, like, yeah, you pay $3 a month. There's no mention of, like, you know, removing ads from the platform. You can undo tweets, which I guess is like delete, but you caught it before everybody else saw it for real, for real. You can. What was it? There was something here. I forgot what it was. I should have put a note somewhere. Users will apparently be able to adjust the duration of the undo tweet time from 5, 10, 20, or 30 seconds, and as well as decide what content will be eligible to be adjusted. Other premium features such as collections, where users will be able to organize their bookmarks, and the scroll news services that will give the option of reading newsletters in the timeline will also be a part of Twitter Blue. Would you pay $3 to undo your tweets?
Nope.
No.
Because literally no one asked for that. You want to know what I could do if I want to undo a tweet? Literally delete it. Like that, because the button's right there. The things that you asked for were better moderation and maybe the ability to have an edit button, which I still disagree with. But I mean, at least they could have given you what you asked for.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it so much.
Apparently they're adding tweet storms as well. It's kind of what's in this screenshot here.
What's a tweet storm?
Not clear. It didn't really go into details about what that is, but it's in the menu for undo tweet. Yeah, I don't remember why I pulled it, but yeah, I don't like to talk about rumors too much, but yeah, so Twitter Blue is apparently the new subscription platform, not giving people what they want, which is, you know, for me, ad-free Twitter, and for everybody else, or majority of other people, you know, the ability to edit a fucking tweet.
So basically, they have gotten y'all to pay nearly $3 to still not have what you want.
Hate to see
Would it be Twitter? Would it be Twitter if they didn't, though?
Hate to see it. Oculus update set to enable impressive mixed reality capture on an iPhone XS or later. So apparently what they're going to do is, I guess, build some shit into iPhones using the AR kit to finally look like you're immersed within your VR environment. This is coming. It's launching with version 29 of the software for Quest and Quest 2. So yeah, it was that. Okay. Do y'all use Spotify?
Sure
Yes.
do. I've noticed some UI changes on there that are probably related to this article in terms of their positioning. The easiest way to say it is that it feels like a lot of the experiences have been like heavily simplified. So they've been trying to move the needle a little bit more toward function than form.
Right.
So I began using Spotify about a week ago. Needless to say, I'll be staying with Spotify from here on out. I can refer you to some a TikTok and some tweets about things that I found out that nobody told me was there. And I don't know why nobody else is doing this. I don't understand it.
Do you mean things like, for example, the ability for me to pick up my phone and like mess around with Spotify as it is playing from my desktop computer? Because that is glorious.
The best.
My other favorite thing is to have something playing at the house and get in the car and be like, oh, I would like to listen to music, and just go, hey, whatever you're playing on my computer right now, can you just transfer that to the phone right quick while I'm driving? It's so good. It's so good.
The literal having the ability to cast your songs from your phone to like 2 or 3 Google Nest Minis. Like,
It'll be like, hey, here's a list of all the things you can transfer it to if you happen to do it. So if I have my work laptop on, this desktop on and stuff, I can just be like, please play it from that device.
Yep. My mom was doing her daily QB exercises, and so I thought, it would be really good putting on the Neutron dance from the Pointer Sisters and having it play in the Google Nest in there, and to be like, I'm just burning, doing the Neutron dance, and we're like, and she's doing the workout, and I'm working out next to her, and it's good. It's good. This is how we bond. And I'm like, you know what? I want to listen to that myself. Cast to mine, and it was like Pointer Sisters is playing all around the house. I was like, I'm keeping this.
Like the fact that my Windows PC, my Mac Mini, my MacBook Pro, my iPhone, my iPad, my Android, my Google Pixel 4a, any audio device in this house, I can move them between it. I can control it with the phones, or just with my Apple Watch. I could just point at the device. I could tap it on my watch and it moves. I don't have to pick up a fucking phone.
Exactly. Just say the words and just be like, hey, G, play this song. And it's like, boom, my song's playing. And I'm like, sometimes, sometimes I'm like, I'm bored. Gee, play some smooth jazz. And then smooth jazz is playing. I love it.
That happens with all of them, though.
But still,
yes.
We talk about Spotify, though. Stay on topic, Major.
I can't just praise them for that. Like Apple Music and Google YouTube Music do the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the moving of the audio source. That is the thing for me. The fact that if my AirPods die, I can switch it to the second to my Google Pixel and put on some other earbuds. It's like, you know what? We're good to go. But that's not why we're here.
I mean, isn't it though?
I mean,
kind of.
yes.
Because honestly, I feel like I would have ignored this article if it wasn't for me being on Spotify. To be fair, yes, this show does show my bias for a lot of things. So
yes.
There we go. Just put that.
Honestly, that's the part that you're here for. If we're being honest about it.
Yes.
Yeah, like I will highlight things that I am very biased about. The things I care about.
It's what we've grown to love about you, Major.
Oh, thank you. I want to think about myself. Appreciate it. Anywho, Spotify is getting accessibility improvements on iOS and Android, including auto podcast transcription. Now, even if I wasn't using Spotify, I feel like this would have been interesting to us anyway because of the fact that we're on Anchor, which is also owned by Spotify. Which I wonder if our shows from here on out would actually be auto transcribed. Which would be really cool. But even if not, I don't know, the fact that they're just doing this at all seems really cool.
That is awesome. They didn't have to do it, but they did it, and I like that. Accessibility issues.
Oh, excuse me.
Hooray.
Okay, not for us, but it's not for us though. First up, the auto podcast.
So although I'm curious about how, I do also want to say I am very happy to hear that they are just like, we are working with the audience of people that we're making these changes for.
Right.
Love that. Love to see it. Love this for me and for them.
First up, the auto podcast transcription feature. Spotify is rolling this out as a limited beta for select Spotify original and exclusive podcasts across iOS and Android. The new feature will automatically generate transcripts for these shows, allowing users to read the text of the specific podcast on their phones, either with or without sound. Users also will be able to quickly scroll and navigate through specific episodes and click on any written paragraph to start playing from that point. Spotify notes that its long-term goal is to bring auto transcripts to all podcasts on the platform, but to start, the limited beta will arrive in the coming weeks. And as Cindy pointed out, the iOS and Android apps are also getting updated buttons. Spotify says they're designed to be better for low vision and visually impaired users. So look at Sin. Eagle-eyed already, and they covered it. They covered it. They got you. They got you. They see you. They want you to see them.
I am pleased. I am pleased.
But finally, the iOS app will get even more control over the text size when heading to settings, accessibility, display, and text size. Spotify is asking for user feedback on the changes and reiterated its commitment to users with disabilities. So, shout out to Spotify. Again, I love seeing companies who are definitely working towards helping more and more people use their products that, people just like the general overall populace would forget about, unfortunately. So yeah, shout out to Spotify. It's good to highlight these companies doing good things when they could just not be doing anything at all.
Agreed.
Amazon is reportedly negotiating to buy MGM. See, last week, Amazon announced that a former executive, Jeff Blackburn, would return to the company to oversee businesses, including Amazon Studios and Twitch. And the thinking is that part of his reason for the move is the opportunity to manage MGM's library. Of course, this is another rumor. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, the rumor is that Amazon is probably gonna buy MGM.
We shall see.
Yeah. Maybe Elon Musk is finally a good guy. I doubt it, but no, still not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Ethereum moves to kill graphics card mining in the upcoming months. Ethereum is looking to shift to a proof of stake model within months, the Ethereum Foundation has said, and that brings with it some major changes to how the cryptocurrency operates fundamentally. Today, Ethereum uses proof of work to shift transactions and generate new Ether, which is the currency used on the Ethereum network. Proof of work requires lots and lots of computational power to operate, much the same way as Bitcoin does. But while Bitcoin is largely powered by application-specific integrated circuits, or ASICs, Ethereum is powered almost exclusively by graphics cards. Proof of stake will cut the requirements for GPUs. Instead, the very network itself will verify transactions or blocks according to their stake in Ethereum. The system remains secure because the wealth of Ether in the world has already been distributed across millions of people.
Not to mention, since we are here,
Go on. Uh-oh.
Since bringing the mic close, you already know.
I just couldn't help but overhear about old boy who literally just got himself caught in 4K tweeting about how he was low-key money laundering and using Bitcoin to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who did this?
I can't even remember what the person's username is. Like someone was just kind of like, you do realize that you just put yourself out here in 4K, because they were just like, I would take the money to do this and then use Bitcoin to do stuff, and then it was kind of like, that's laundering. You do realize you have described the federal crime of laundering.
Do you not know that Merrick Garland is very, very familiar how Twitter works? They know. They're looking right now. They're dudes in jackets and vests looking right now at social media, catching all the flex flexes.
No, your FBI agent is just sitting here staring at the computer like, now I know that you would not be foolish enough to embarrass me on the night that I have watched. Everybody's gonna clown me for you being out here like this. If you're going to like, you know, do crime, you can't have crime and like someone posted, you can't have crime and clout. You have to pick one of those two things to have.
You really have to. Because it's like, it's not gone are the days like Elliot Ness where you basically have to like track down a crime. Now all you just gotta do is open up somebody's like Twitter page and Instagram, and then it's like, well, Chauncey.
You know, I hate
closed.
the fact that
I'm the one.
I truly do that Boondocks already covered this nonsense.
Oh yeah, Riley's FBI agent. Yeah.
No, not Riley's FBI agent. Remember when Thugnificent was doing the music video?
Right. And he had
said he was like rapping about the thing that he did, and the police came up and arrested him because he was kind of like, I wonder if you did this crime or not. And then he rapped about doing it.
It was literally he was literally rapping about a crime that he did. Like he beat basically like he hit somebody with a liquor bottle and a tennis racket, and he's rapping about him hitting his manager in the head with a tennis racket and a bottle of liquor while holding a tennis racket and a bottle of liquor. I'm sorry. What?
It's like, sir, I need you to just.
I'm gonna need you to relax, friend.
So we had that happening, and then this person with laundering money and some other random nonsense I read this week. Boy, oh boy, Bitcoin is about to have several issues.
Crypto.
Just watch that money just slowly just slide away.
Like I'm like, shout out to the people who made a good chunk of money on Doge.
Well, it's the thing of being like, well, I mean, some of it is that, but there's also like, it's creating like points of vulnerability in computer systems because, well, I mean, you know, they kind of have to have access to all of your processing stuff. So I'm like,
yeah, y'all have fun with that.
Yep. I'm like, shout out to some of my besties that made a little money on Doge, but I'm gonna let y'all know, y'all might need to start, thinking about your cash out plan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, have fun with that. I can't do it. So this might be this is gonna be one avenue to where the need for graphics cards will go down.
I hope.
I mean, yay, I'm with you. I mean, I could bring this over too. This could technically be a tech story since we're talking about cryptocurrency and graphics cards. NVIDIA's new LHR GPUs will put more GeForce cards at better prices into the hands of gamers. They are putting the new light hash rate limiters in new cards going forward. Those who bought cards before now, they don't have anything to worry about, but all the cards going forward should have this new light hash rate limiter, which we'll see because, I give it to, all the computer folks out there. If there's a will, there's a way. They may figure a way around it, but again, like with Ethereum saying, hey, we're moving over to the network itself will tell us if you actually have it, as opposed to people mining it. Maybe there isn't that much of a need for it. Also with, your boy coming and said, hey, y'all are killing the planet with this shit, so I'm not gonna take it because that's me also, being very contradictory to the thing I'm trying to do, saving the planet while also trying to leave it.
Yep. Plus,
are you talking like I'm trying to save the planet so that I'm trying to save this planet so that I can, exist long enough to go colonize another one.
Well,
you know what? I should just have some water. I should just reach across the desk and get some water.
I'm just literally waiting for the time when Wayland Lutani starts becoming real. We're not there yet, but man, there's sometimes I'm like, yo, we are definitely on the road to Whalen Lutani. We're basically like hard ass, dirty ass colonies. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like, I mean, with the and plus with the when Ethereum, when the bottom falls out, there's gonna be like a flood of mining of like used mining cards that are gonna be flooding into eBay pretty soon because it's like, oh, it's not feasible, and yeah, so sadly there's still gonna be scalpers though. Scalpers gonna be like, eh. But they're not gonna make as much money.
Yeah.
They'll make money, but they won't have their prime buying market, the miners.
So
So
we just gotta worry about the scalpers.
Yep, just gotta worry about the scalpers now.
Hey, remember HBO Max? They were doing that discounted version with the ads.
Yeah.
Oh, it got worse.
Oh, I figured. I figured.
HBO Max's ad-supported tier will be even worse than you thought. The $10 tier launches in June and includes commercials when you pause.
Ooh.
See, crucially, a $10 a month tier will not include access to this year's WB movies released on HBO Max the same day they hit theaters due to the pandemic. But take heart, Pity Picture movie lovers. That deal isn't going to survive in 2022 anyways, as the major movie markets complete their vaccination programs. At $10 a month, HBO Max with commercials will sit between Disney Plus's $8 a month without ads and Hulu's $12 a month, again without ads. Netflix offers a basic plan with just one screen and no HD. Wait, what? Do they mean no HD as just like 720p? Like the YouTube no HD?
Probably gonna be like 480. Postage stamp. Like going.
So there's an update to this article. HBO Max has confirmed that indeed it will cost $9.99 a month for an ad-supported tier of its service. It'll be available the first week of June and will include access to everything on HBO Max except same-day WB movies, still scheduled to continue for the rest of 2021 calendar year. Oh, but that's not all. While the commercials will be either the usual grab bag or a shorter presentation by a single brand, as is often the case on ad-supported Hulu, Warner Media's announcement says that soon they'll start showing you commercials when you pause a show or a movie.
So, something? I just sit here and I look at this and all I can go is every single one of us who have ever tried to use a free website to watch anime or who have used free Crunchyroll, we're already well prepared for this.
No. You know what was funny? Like when during my like free Crunchyroll days, I had ad blocker. But how ad blocker would work would basically block the ad, but it would basically like you would run up to the show an ad. Basically like the opening would happen, an ad would come up, and then it would continue into the show, and then there was a pause, and then there's an ad and pause. Basically, how I would do it would be like, I'd be sitting there watching like Attack on Titan, and then the ad's supposed to come in, it would stop, the ad would be killed, and then it would just be like, go back. So you'd be like, Sasageo, Sasageo, Kim, and I'm like, so like that. I loved it, but the only reason why I ended up having to like pay for Crunchyroll was, I kind of want to watch it on my phone. I kind of want to watch it on TV. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give you $7 a month, whatever. And I've been cool ever since. But yeah, old free Crunchyroll days. That was why. But ads like this, no, I can't pay. I can't have ads anymore. No, I can't pay for a service and have ads. No, I'd rather not have the service at that point. Like,
It's the reason. It's the reason why I never really bundled. Like, I love the fact that Disney Plus had that bundle with Hulu Plus and all like that, but I never
yeah,
did it. Like, I had Hulu
right.
and I had Disney Plus, but I never bundled it because they never offered the ad-free Hulu with it.
Mm,
The day, the
right.
day they announced that ad-free Hulu bundle, I said, "Baby, we're canceling everything. We're doing it. We're doing it all. Look, shit's gonna break. It's gonna be fine. But we're redoing it. We're redoing everything."
Baby, we're flipping the script. Whoop. It's just gonna be a little bit of a breakdown, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna save so much money.
It's exactly what I said. I ran downstairs that day. I was like, "Look, are you watching you watching Netflix? Okay, great. Because I'm about to shut down Hulu and Disney Plus for about an hour because I
Right.
had to cancel the subscription because I had Disney Plus through Verizon.
Right.
I said, all right, yeah, I gotta cancel that. I gotta figure out how to do that. Gotta figure out how to merge it because like it's actually this bundle is actually run through Hulu and not Disney Plus.
Right.
So having to figure out like, all right, who am I paying? What am I paying them? How am what? Okay, this is a fucking mess.
Mhm.
But I got it to work, and now I have ESPN Plus and don't watch a lick of it.
Like if I did have it, I'd probably just watch 30 for 30. That sounds bad.
Okay, they offer that, but they don't offer. See, what I thought ESPN Plus was just streaming ESPN. It is not that.
Mm-mm.
Because I wouldn't mind sitting here just watching Sports Center all damn day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only look, when I travel, the only channel I turn on the TV is ESPN. I don't trust the local TV because you don't know what happens when you sleep and you wake up and that TV is playing some wild ass shit.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I know ESPN, when I go to sleep, when I wake up, Sports Center will be on. Always. There's never nothing else on ESPN but Sports Center.
It's not the let us cling to what we know will be regular and will serve us here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to manage expectations. I just need to manage expectations.
Yeah, because you don't know you go to bed, you're thinking it's something it's something pretty cool, and then you wake up like wild ass episode of like CSI comes on, and you're like, what the hell's happening? NCIS.
Or just some weird ass televangelist. Like that's me. I was just trying to avoid the televangelists.
Mm-hmm. Be like,
I don't know what local access televangelists they got in bumfuck Mississippi. No, I'm okay. I don't need this.
It's probably either like camp meeting or like Gaither's homecoming revival. Like, be like, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, amen. And I'm like, because that's what I wake up. Because that's what I wake up to. That's what I wake up to.
Sin, this would not be an episode of Tech Talk Thursday if that didn't happen. Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We need like 3 key changes right now.
Praise break.
But yeah, when I'm traveling, like I'm putting on ESPN and like especially now because I don't have cable at home. So I don't know what's on TV at all. Like if it is not Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, if it's not my own fucking Plex server, I have no fucking clue what's happening in the world. To where it's like I'm so excited when I'm in hotels where they have like they got the remote with the Netflix button.
Oh,
that way I could watch Netflix in this hotel room on their TV.
Oh, that's fancy.
I will struggle through the on-screen keyboard just to sign into my Netflix so I can watch Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you something. That 2017 TwitchCon was the best because I was able to come back to the hotel and watch The Office until I fell asleep, and then wake up and turn on more Office.
The dream.
It's the best. So yeah, $10 a month for HBO Max with pause ads.
That's
Coming
big.
soon.
That's a big nom for me.
Not them getting you to pay $10 a month
To get
Pause
ads.
to get
To
to
be
get
fair,
Game of
people,
no, hold on. You
to
out
be
here paying
fair-
for age to get Game of Thrones season 8. How dare they?
to be fair, you are paying what was it, $8 a month for Hulu with ads?
No, I'm not.
Well, people are. I'm sorry, not you specifically. Damn. But
Mhm.
people are. People are.
Y'all foolish.
Yeah, it couldn't be
Very.
me.
Couldn't be me. I'm like,
What you need to do is slide into your web browser, put on an ad blocker, and go and find the appropriate channels for viewing.
I mean, I don't know. I swear, when for me, it was like when I got a job, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop stealing
Yeah.
shit.
Yep. You know what's a good app that when it works, it's amazing? Pluto TV.
Okay,
tell me
so-
about this Pluto.
Okay, so basically Pluto it's an app. It's on I know it's on PlayStation 4. There's like
I believe I have it on my Apple TV.
yeah, I have it on my phone. I haven't like there's like the desktop site, whatever. And it's great when it works. Asterisk when it works. Because when it works, it has all these like really cool like specialized channels. Like there's a channel for like 80 shows, and there's a channel for like old game shows. And then there's like a channel. My favorite is like there's a channel for like
let
Total
me
Wipeout.
not do this. I realized. Oh, stop! No, damn it! I gotta close the tab.
Yep, close the tab. I don't know why you decided to open this
I
now.
don't know why I
but,
did either.
like you could have just opened it on another screen and checked it out.
I just wanted to show it on the stream. I didn't mean to click into it to actually show content. What, I get like 15 seconds, right? That was less than 15 seconds.
That was less than 15 seconds.
Okay,
but
look, it was a mistake. Like, honestly, hey, rights holders, that was a mistake. I did not mean to click the button. You saw that as soon as I clicked it, I tried to get out of it. Please, no copyright strikes here. Oh my God, please. If I gotta go make another one of these and cut that part out, I'm sorry, Gav, you would have just gotten cut out in the middle of a sentence. Just to get rid of it.
No, mate.
At least there's no audio, so the audio version will be pristine.
Yeah.
So, okay, real talk for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Me doing the, let's say, sailing the 7 seas in pursuit of the content that I wanted.
I remember those days, yes.
Right? It wasn't necessarily about it. You mean part of it was obviously you were broke, right? But part of it was also, even if I weren't, the things that you were asking me for are entirely unfair. And it was my only way to rebel. You mean to tell me, for example,
yeah,
for an art program, you want me to pay $800 now, but also $800 when you update this? Really? Really? That's what you're going to ask me to do? The answer is no. The answer is no and absolutely not. Then it's like, hey, there are some other companion programs that are next to this. Those things are like $600 or $400. And it's like, whomst that uses these programs is rich enough to afford any of this stuff.
Well, I mean,
y'all are just doing that just because you can make people have to pay you that much money and you know that they don't have alternatives. You know what? Here is my middle finger for the afternoon.
So part of me feels like they priced it because they were trying to sell to businesses and not individuals. So I'm going to say that. Two, I do understand what you're saying because, like, for me, it wasn't software. As you can see right here, I always had the free alternative. Like, it was never a thing for me. The free legal alternative, hey, I didn't have to run Windows, and a tonsillectomy taught me that I sure as shit did not. But for media, yeah, like, it was expensive to get a whole bunch of Ghosts in the Shell. Like the prices that they were expecting for anybody to buy like series of Ghosts in the Shell, to buy like the movies. Like, yeah, no, fuck that. Especially if you don't give me a. My thing is, like, if there was an affordable option for it, I go that route. But there wasn't at the time. So yeah, I hopped on my boat, searched far and wide. I gathered the seeds and planted them on my computer and grew from nothing those episodes of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Ghost in the Shell, Ghost in the Shell Innocence, and Ghost in the Shell Solid State Society. But yeah, like at a certain point, for me, it was okay. Now I can afford this stuff, and like I went out and I started buying it. But yeah, like I get it. There's some ridiculous barriers to entry, but I think like I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna say, Adobe. Like I feel like that's why they went to a subscription model as opposed to asking for hundreds of dollars for software, because they knew individuals, freelancers who didn't work for big companies were using their software, and it was like they made the barrier for entry a little bit easier by making it a subscription. Now that sucks too, but it sucks less than trying to get thousands of dollars to get the suite. Not to be an apologist, but just to kind of see that they at least made some effort. They could be a little bit better they could be making better efforts. But I mean, I don't know. Like I can't explain, because I don't work for the company. I don't make the software. I can't justify why they charge for that software. I mean, granted, I say we can see that Windows could be free. They definitely offered it for free for almost 2 years, but we all know why they did it. They wanted to track you. They wanted that data. But yeah, it's a thing where like I do not fault people for hopping on their boats and still finding the good shit. There have been times I've done that. Paw Patrol ain't free. It ain't.
Agreed.
It ain't free.
Agreed.
And before I had access to Paw Patrol, I bought my boat out of storage.
Sure did.
I took a little trip.
In our favorite magic ship, pulled right on up to the bay. I'm just, you know what?
Great. It was great. I was like, man, I missed this.
Pat, clap, clap, and boom, we had it.
It was a great little trip. I was like, oh man, I missed this. I missed the 7 seas. But this is only for one last goal. But
yeah, we keep the channels open in case we need them, because people like to overcharge you for nonsense. And like for me, when I say I had to pull up for this, it's one of those, the pricing is made for businesses, but the people who are using them are freelancers. So at the time, fun background history for like,
and I get that.
It's fun background history for me. I used to do ad work. So there was a local place that did real estate magazines and listings and things like that, and I would be responsible for creating the ads and putting in text and placing them, and it was like priced at X amount of page, but you had to use InDesign to do it. And it's like, let me just look up how much it cost in 2006 to acquire InDesign freshly out of
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in 2000. Well, no.
2006. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, when I started hearing about CS5 and CS6, yeah, I was.
Those were back in the halcyon days of CS3.
You're talking about 2006. Like, yeah, that was definitely just a little, not that far away, but just a little bit before I came onto the scene, and they were that's all I was hearing on the high seas was CS5, CS6, and it's like, I mean, there's GIMP, but I don't even know how to use that. So okay, y'all have fun. I'm gonna find. Oh wait, Black Lagoon. Hello.
Oh, that being said, shout out to GIMP though. It has come a long way since it was first made.
It
It
really
really
has.
has.
I should
It really
try it
has.
again to see whatever Photoshop skills I have developed can translate.
Mm.
Granted, I still need. I still use. Like, I don't know. I still use Premiere, and occasionally I use Lightroom. So
Mm-hmm.
at least my Creative Cloud is discounted. It just takes a couple of emails to Adobe to say, "Hey, you're offering 80 something percent off. I want that."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So yeah. Crack Federighi says the Mac has an unacceptable malware problem. The only juicy nugget that came out of the Apple and Epic lawsuit, or the lawsuit battle trial thing, battle royale that they got going on. They're justifying kind of locking people out from doing whatever the fuck they want to on an iPhone or the Mac and iPhone platforms, because of the fact that apparently there is a rampant number of viruses, a huge number of viruses for the Mac. You gotta lock it down. That's why you don't fuck with Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Today we have a level of malware on the Mac that we don't find acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Federighi's analogy is that the Mac is like a car. Quote, the Mac is a car. You can take it off road and if you want, and you can drive wherever you want. That's what you wanted to buy. There's a certain level of responsibility required. With iOS, you wanted to buy something where children can operate an iOS device and feel safe doing so. It's really a different product. No? What? Huh?
Sorry.
I hate when people think people are
What?
stupid. Like, if I wanted to give my son a fucking MacBook, then I gave my son a MacBook. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Like, kids were using Macs before the fucking iPhone came out. What the hell are you talking about?
What is even you mean? I'm confusion.
Quote, if operated correctly, much like that car, if you know how to operate a car and obey the rules of the road and they're very cautious, yes. If not, I've had a couple of family members who have gotten malware on their Macs, but ultimately I believe a Mac can be operated safely. So you're saying that if you're careful, you can't get viruses. So why can't this be applied to iOS?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like I don't understand what the issue is here, honestly. I'm reading this and I'm like, what happened?
So they're trying to justify why iOS is locked down as opposed to the Mac when it comes to installing things from a third party. So again, it's a question I've always thought about. Well, on my Mac, let me fucking install shit from anywhere. But why is it on iPhone I can't do that?
Can I just ask why people don't just say what they really want to say, which is I don't want to?
Because that won't hold up in court. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, it just won't. Like, if they said that it just won't hold up. So, well, okay, like, it doesn't matter what you don't want to. It's unfair. You've provided no real reason this can't happen. So, siloed iOS apps. Hooray! Again, like they tried to use that justification with the original iPhone. Well, why can't we make apps for it? Well, we don't want you to. No, boo boo. That's not how this works. You will give us access to that APK, to the SDK, and we were going to make our own apps. Thank you. Don't try to give me this progressive web app bullshit. Even though that phrase wasn't, I don't think it was coined then, but yeah. The whole argument of we just don't want you to does not hold, and they know it doesn't, because again, look at what happened with the iPhone back in 2008. We have apps now.
Have apps now.
Mess. Truly a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it really gets me how people are insulting the average consumer's intelligence. Now, granted, sure, we can look at not Keystone, geez, Colonial Pipeline and say, okay, you know what? Maybe people are stupid, but there are some of us who aren't. Like, come on, like, let me do the thing I want to do. Let me push a little bit further. Granted, yes, I switched from Android to iOS because it was locked down, but I kind of want a little bit more than what, Apple is giving me too, though. Just a smidge. Hey, don't let me full on hack it, but look, if there's something I want and I can't get it in the App Store, just let me install it. It'll be fine. Ruin, if you're still here, your story is finally here. We're here. Microsoft is finally killing Internet Explorer in 2022.
Good.
First Flash and now this? What? My life is a lie.
Why is my dad calling me at 9:50 at night? Gentlemen, if you could talk amongst yourselves for a little bit, let me see what my dad wants.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been like, okay, so this is probably going to sound awful, but we've basically been quote unquote edging since about 2015. It took them long enough to get here. Listen,
Yeah, like it's one of like IE used to be. I always had a joke whenever I set up someone's computer. Internet Explorer was the thing that I used to download Firefox on. Like I would start the computer up, open up Internet Explorer, put in Firefox, and then Firefox is now the default browser. Then it got to the point where I'm like, oh, I can do portable apps. So that means I could just plug in my flash drive, go into Firefox. Hey Firefox, can I get Firefox? Sure thing, Firefox. Anytime, Firefox. So then I would basically bypass that, and then I would find Ninite, and then Ninite would just be like, "Hey, you guys want Firefox? Let's go, baby." So yeah, Internet Explorer has become like
the meme of the community where it's kind of like, what do you use Internet Explorer for? Getting other browsers after you install the system.
Exactly. It's like the thing I used to download Chrome with, and it's like Internet Explorer is like a sieve when it comes to vulnerabilities. It's like it won't block. It's like it won't hold water. It's like not at a base level. Not like it didn't have It didn't even have at one point. It didn't even have tabs. Like Firefox,
it was the last browser to get tabs. I think that came with IE7.
Yeah,
it came with IE7.
Yeah, it didn't even have tabs. Like Firefox was cool because it had tabs. Wait. You'd be like, wait, what do you mean? You mean I could just have one browser open but multiple tabs? Sign me up, Chief.
Yes.
What do I have this for? I knew how to go in. I think there were programs where you could set up in portable apps where it would just automatically disable IE for you. It would just be like, okay, put in this, disable that, put in that, uninstall this.
I think I had wasn't IE critical to the OS though? That's the only reason I would keep it around, because it was critical to the OS.
No, because Windows Explorer exists. Because we would think that it was, but it was it was considered the internet browser.
That was okay. So Kevin talking about that deep knowledge over there. So there was one point where the browser was just like a slightly different. It wasn't even a separate program. It was just like a slightly different application of the whole Explorer EXE period. So
Yeah.
people would just be like, "Well, we're just gonna uninstall Explorer," and be like, "Why doesn't my start menu work?" And it's kind of like you can't do that.
Can't do that. It's like in Explorer and the Windows
You
Explorer.
forgot the eye. You forgot the eye.
Yeah, forgot the eye.
there.
But like I say, prior to we've always had internet browsers before, not so much before, but better browsers. And we've always had multiple browsers anyway. But it just so happened that IE was baked into it because it's like, hey, why would you have to download a whole new browser? Well, we can just give you one for free. We just give you one. Here it is.
Still have it installed.
Right.
Do y'all okay? So since we're talking about
shit.
different iterations of what is basically Internet Explorer, do you remember the like 5 to 10 year period where you would download these browsers like Avant browser, which was basically there was like a thing that basically ended up being reskinned Internet Explorer plus like extra features or something?
Yeah, they were like.
Do you remember when Avant browser was like, excuse me, but did you say tabs? What is this?
Mm-hmm. We have no idea what that is. I don't know what you mean. What is these tabs you speak?
What?
Or the time that
it was not a part of Avant antivirus? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Vast. That's what I'm thinking about. Never mind.
Yeah,
That's why this is like, oh, I don't know where the fuck I just went.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
They released something in 2020.
Yeah.
Also, that website's not secure. Oh boy, I'm gonna get a rant.
Also, can we talk about the low key shade of whatever they did to update their most recent Internet Explorer browser? Why did they make like a damn near identical copy of the Firefox logo with like cooler colors?
It's brand.
I'm sitting here just like, I was just like, ooh, y'all shady.
It's brand recognition. It's like, oh, that looks about like it, right? And I'm like, nah. Is it? Nah. Normally I would just put whenever I was setting somebody's computer up, I would just normally put Firefox. But then sometimes I'm like, I would put Chrome, but then Chrome is like very bloaty.
Wait, Firefox looks like Internet Explorer looks like Firefox?
Talk about Edge.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, Edge looks like it.
Yeah, Edge.
Yeah, Edge looks like it.
Edge is over here looking like an ocean spray symbol recolored, and I don't know why that happened.
Like, for some reason, I feel like a glass of cran apple. I don't know why.
Not cran apple.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, just the literal, like.
Can I not interest you in, finding your place on the internet?
Yeah.
You go on the internet safari, if you will.
No.
Look, I actually I do use Safari still because it's the only browser on Mac that directly uses Apple Pay. So when I use DoorDash.
Okay.
But yeah, it's my DoorDash browser. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not be bothered to pick up my phone.
Yeah, I'm a literal crazy person because I have like 2 browsers open, on purpose, and then I use a third browser for like when I do like my chill streams. I have like, so then it's like, oh, I have Opera and Firefox on the daily, and then I have like Chrome when I want to like, when I just need like a clean experience. To just like, oh, let's just, hey guys, let's sit down, relax, and watch some wood turning videos. That's it. Like, I don't need anything else for that.
So yeah, for me, I use Brave. This is the browser that you currently see on the screen. I use Google Chrome for work because it has all the Google bits, so that I can kind of just log into Google and all that stuff syncs and does all the stuff. Right. Safari is my DoorDash browser.
Mm-hmm.
And I think. On occasion, I'll install Firefox, but I could really care less about it. I used to use Opera at one point.
I guess we need to talk about that because Firefox is what I'm using now.
Yeah, I switched to Firefox at one point, but I went back. I actually wanted to use Safari almost exclusively when Mac OS 11 came out,
Yeah, Firefox.
but they didn't have they didn't have the extensions that I wanted, so I stuck with Brave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Firefox is pretty chunky, but it's like it really truly does what I needed to do, and I'm good with that. It's good.
So, fun fact: I used to use Google Chrome, but I was working in the support department, and I could not get Google Chrome. I couldn't use Google Chrome for actually analyzing issues because there were certain browser things where it tries to figure out on a web page in particular what you're trying to do and work around the issue that you're having rather than giving me the direct console output that says here's what the problem is. So when I'm trying to analyze e-learning content, which is the job that I have, right, analyzing that like multimedia stuff, it's like, oh well, we fixed this and did this instead. It's kind of like, okay, but what were you fixing? Never mind, it works now. I need you not to do that, Google Chrome. So then I would open up Firefox and run the same page, and it was just kind of like, here's like 28 red lines of things that are I see what the issue is now. Y'all need to correct this. Also, okay, Google Chrome, if this is how you're going to be, then fine. That being said, my company apparently loves Google so much that there are whole functions in their platform that do not work if you are not using Google Chrome. So I would just sit here,
I mean, but that's
trying to
thing.
run a program, and I'm just like, y'all, I just need y'all to kind of, as a rule across the internet, make things that just work as they should. I understand that, for example, with things like Web Captioner, the APIs that do the transcription of what you're saying to text are owned by Google, so you can't really do much there. But everything else, I just need you to work. I
mean, to be fair, the captioning that we have for this show and all the shows on twitch.tv/Major Linux use the Google API, but I'm not using Web Captioner. So it definitely can be applied outside of Chrome.
I mean, you would think, right? But then it's kind of like, hey, let me try to use Web Captioner and Firefox. What happens?
See, that was the whole reason why Tilly and I went and looked for a solution that did not involve Web Captioner. Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, you have so many. This was also when Streamlabs OBS was becoming a thing. So it's like, well, if you use OBS, you're good, but all y'all using slobs, and ain't nothing we can do for y'all. Sorry. Told y'all switch over to OBS Studio. We can teach you. We can teach you how to use it. It's fine.
We won't even charge.
No. Speaking of which, just in case people are interested in what I do use for captioning, there you go. Very, very easy to install. Very, very easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so Internet Explorer 2022 going away for the majority of users. Select groups of Windows users will still have access to it. Enterprise branch of Windows 10 and Windows Server versions will still have it for a little while longer because, of course, they keep things for just a little bit to make sure they can do whatever they need to do because people in those spaces are fucking slow to move. Yeah, so y'all have fun with that, but I don't have to deal with Windows Internet Explorer ever again. TikTok for iOS is gaining new anti-bullying tools. Lets users delete comments from their videos.
Good.
I'm just wondering, why is this now a thing? But
that's my question. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this is not here to begin with.
Right.
I'm still waiting on captions. Just saying.
I need answers.
I mean,
I need answers, comprehension, and understanding. Why?
Today we're launching a new way for creators to more easily manage interactions with their content. People put their hearts and souls into creating it entertaining on TikTok, and we recognize how discouraging it can feel to receive unkind comments on videos.
Y'all, I'm so tired. I am so tired. Like, okay. Listen, I know that I am the particular person on this podcast who is known for ranting about stuff, but y'all, goddamn, okay? It's one of these, it's the simplest thing. If you are going to, YouTube has existed for ages. Y'all knew. It's not like you were, like, Instagram had existed before this. Facebook existed before this. And, Vine existed before this, Snapchat existed before this. Plenty of like social platforms in which people can make interact like live content, share that with people, and comment have existed for ages. And y'all know the kind of hate that people get. Why do y'all constantly make these tools without moderation features all the time? And then we have to beg you for them.
So to be fair, you could delete comments. What this is adding is bulk deletion of them.
Linux, you mean to tell me that you made you mean to tell me that the thing that you are probably trying to be level-headed here about is, well, we gave you the ability to let hundreds of thousands of people see your content, but if someone decides to be a hateful piece of it, you know something, edit it in post, Linux, okay? If someone decides that they want to be a hateful piece of shit for like the whole like of your time code putting this content, you can only delete things one at a time. Y'all thought this was a good idea? Seriously? That's a thing?
That's the part where I was like, why was this not a thing to begin with?
No.
I guess maybe they're new to the internet. I mean, ByteDance is a Chinese company. Maybe they don't have this in China.
Okay, y'all don't understand y'all don't understand that Linux is throwing like 2 levels of shade right here. That's fine.
Agreed.
Look, ByteDance is a Chinese company. Maybe they just don't deal with this in China. Like I joke, maybe they're new to the internet. I don't know. Maybe they are.
It seems like most of the time, like social media has like create the platform and then be like, okay, now this is getting spicy. We need the mod tools, because it seems like mod tools should be the first thing.
Excuse me, I've got breaking news apparently.
Breaking news.
The ByteDance's CEO is stepping down amidst lacking managerial skills.
Who? What? Wait, run that back?
ByteDance CEO is stepping down amidst lacking managerial skills.
Who is this?
The makers of TikTok.
Yeah, the makers of TikTok. Of TikToks.
So yeah.
What did I just say?
Right.
I told you they were new to this. They were all new. Just all of them were babies. They were all babies.
It's like,
can I just
look at this young baby face here. Look at this young baby face. He ain't know no better. The young baby face. Young baby face
out here like
Chinese
these
man.
People don't know any better. But the truth of the matter is, y'all just lit up here, saw that y'all were gonna make the money. Like, you were just like, we're gonna make the money. All right, cool. And then went and did it. And then it was kind of like, oh no, we have to actually care about what we made, and people are demanding things. Well, time to pack up the company and take our billions of dollars and go.
Never mind. He is 38. Wow.
Yeah.
I need to figure out his skin regimen. I swear though, this dude was like 20 something.
Having a lot of money does wonders to your skin.
But yeah, like,
you got all new soaps. You know, you got no hard water.
Wait, TikTok's been around for 9 years? What was TikTok? Well, okay, wait a second. What was TikTok initially? Like, why is it just blew up over the past year and a half?
I would recommend that if y'all have time, go check out the podcast Business Wars. There is an episode series about TikTok versus Instagram that I think you will find pretty interesting. I'm just saying. So that's the. So after you listen to this show on your podcast of choice, podcasting app of choice, go check out that one, after that series, after you check out this one. So what? So listen to this first, then go check that other one out.
So yeah, hopefully this answers some questions. You know, hey, I mean, I would say they didn't know any better, but again, the fact that, you know, everything they say I'm not going to assume that everything China's all moderated, because, you know, they slowly coming out of that shell. It's like China's really looking like communist light right now. Looking more like Hong Kong than, you know, mainland China, but, you know, can't free Hong Kong though. I don't know. Maybe they're just not used to what happens when Americans get it, especially the fucking races. I mean, it's not like TikTok was made in America.
Nope.
If it was made in America, then I'd be like, you know what? Nah, this should have been here point blank jump, period. But I don't think, like, we have to look at it from the lens of the people who are developing it. And I don't think that this is an issue in China, or at least not that big of an issue. Just not to say that there isn't still classism, some types of, I wouldn't say racism, but some type, like, especially like stereotypical prejudice behavior, bigotry. But I still do not, I don't think, or again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's as big of an issue there as it is here. Mm-hmm. And they are trying to adjust to that. Like, they're seeing how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a data privacy bill in Congress that will force all tech companies to be Apple, with tracking transparency. This initially came out. Amy Klobuchar tried to push this out a few years ago after the Cambridge Analytica stuff came out. That kind of fell on its face.
Ooh, that was a big hot mess.
But now there is a bipartisan bill with Klobuchar, John Kennedy from Louisiana, John Manchin from West Virginia, and Richard Burr of North Carolina. Which, boo that man.
Boo all those men, except for Amy.
Well, I mean, even Manchin, he's a Democrat, but I mean,
boo Joe.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, he can cast this boo too.
All right, cool. I mean, look, I'm just making sure. Wasn't sure if we were booing on party lines, but I see it's a bipartisan boo. I love it. They're reintroducing the Social Media Privacy Protection and Consumer Rights Act. The privacy legislation would force websites to grant users greater control over their data and allow them to opt out of data tracking and collection. Part of me wants to know, will this allow me to opt out of people fucking calling or texting me unprovoked about shit I do not care about? I do not need somebody to text me 2 months after I got a fucking vaccine shot to let me know, hey, the vaccines are safe. You can get one. Trying to eat my damn chicken nuggets. Y'all started texting me about damn vaccines, man. If this is passed, tech companies would also be required to use plain language for their terms and would get 72 hours to notify users of any data breach. That's a good step. I like that. Let's see here. We have a tweet. We have a tweet thread here. Brought to us by Sin. Apparently, what looked like NordVPN was taking down tweets being critical of their company, especially when it comes to their VPN service. Specifically the tweet where, so apparently NordVPN was compromised at some point. Their expired private keys have been leaked, meaning anyone can just set up a server with those keys, which again is very, very dangerous. for man-in-the-middle attacks. Apparently, for him to take it down through Twitter, he'd have to kind of provide information that, nobody should provide, but here we are. Was also provided a bogus DMCA takedown, but was notified. And I want to say, where is it? Okay, so he came back, says it's also sent by a third-party company, so presumably they're just searching Twitter for anything they think might infringe, and it wasn't sent directly by NordVPN. And I believe that was mentioned by him as well. NordVPN had reached back out to him and said that, look, we hire this company. They go and make sure that nobody's infringing. They picked up your tweets. This was not sent by us, and we will work with them to remove, I believe, the DMCA takedown stuff on Twitter. He can put his tweets back up because he didn't steal anything. He wasn't copying anything. He was just saying what really happened. And apparently NordVPN was like, okay, I mean, yeah, that happened, whatever, cool. Well, not cool, definitely not cool. But it kind of goes to show too that a lot of the automation stuff that's trolling the internet looking for copyrighted material is not great. Because, you can just type anything and it's like, oh, nope, this is bad. You stole the content. Nope, take it down. It's bad. Sin, do you have any thoughts?
You want me to have thoughts about that thing that you just talked about?
You shared it. I thought you'd have some.
Listen, I can't get up and just go get that fan, okay? You have to understand that. But do I have thoughts about these things? At first, I thought they were just being terrible, and then it was kind of like, oh, well, we just automated some stuff. Y'all have got to understand something in this tech industry. I know that y'all want so bad to just automate things because so much of the future could be automated on things, but these are low-level mundane tasks. They should not be things that when enacted could get people deplatformed. You literally said we're gonna get a whole person's account canceled because you went, let's just use this automation tool to do what exactly? Y'all, as a rule, I'm just gonna need you, unless it's to post something, and even then, stop automating your social media, please. If you don't have the time to put things up there, then just don't put things up there. Please leave things alone. This is nonsense. This is a VPN company. There's no reason for y'all to have done this. None.
Not one bit.
Well, I wonder too if they're using it to make sure nobody's trying to impersonate them, though. Because, there's nothing, or it's not like they have movies. So I'm wondering if, what was triggered was, they were trying to figure, okay, I don't know, this account seems to be impersonating us. They're putting up things that, we have on our site that we say we need to take this down. And in the event that somebody's trying to be NordVPN and trying to mislead people.
They're trying to be your whole account on Twitter, though, for one, and for two, if it's on your, on twitter.com, they can't use twitter.com to recreate your whole website. It would be different if they had,
not the website itself, but I'm talking, making a false Twitter account. Again, we would like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but there are some not so tech savvy people who won't look for the blue check mark for NordVPN and say, okay, this is NordVPN, not NordVPNza.
See, the thing is, it's one of those, it's not even the, hey, are we giving people the benefit of the doubt here, as much as when you have something like this to monitor stuff, why doesn't it just flag your social media person rather than auto-reporting people with the Twitter feature?
like, I mean, it's a thing of like, there's just there's too much to go through. I don't know how, like, it's a question of asking the company who they hired, how much data are they going through? Like, what does that look like? Because it's that thing of like, why things are automatically flagged on YouTube, why things are automatically flagged on Facebook. Like, it's a thing of like, look, we have to do this quickly for millions of people.
Okay, but also like because I have a particular soft spot about that, I also want to point out that a lot of times when that whole thing happens, there is a certain skew of people that end up getting impacted by that nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a thing like it's a thing like, I'm not trying to be the apologist, but I'm also like looking at it from a tech perspective. Like it's also saying like, again, we'll get to that in a second. It's literally the next story. Tech is super biased because there are only certain people who are coding that shit.
And I just, it bothers me because it's one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, so because you have seen this happen, does this mean that you're going to go back and say, hey, let's take a look at how this is automated and see if we can make any adjustments to make this easier? Or are we just going to go, whoops, our bad, and just like, hey, sorry that we ruined your day, and just kind of like skip on down the road and have ice cream? Because there are two responses you can have here, and I'm pretty sure which one I'm going to get, because it's the same one that YouTube has when it's kind of like, hey, the way that this is handled kind of winds up in some real like gross discriminatory areas, and maybe you shouldn't. It's kind of like, sucks to be you. I mean, I guess you could just try going back to the drawing board and starting without melanin this time. Whoops. And it's like, I get the task that you have. I also need you to be willing to revise this thing when it does nonsense like this. But I know that you won't do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, red points probably won't. Or, I mean, they may tweak it, but yeah, again, I don't think so. But Google seems to be wanting to do something about it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you know, the wonderful part of marketing is making sure that people see you as being willing to do things.
I mean, it's worked for Apple for God knows how long, so Google decided they'd give it a try. People of color are getting a better camera from Google. People of color have been historically graced with photography's best treatment, from the lack of commercially available complementary makeup to their exclusion from datasets and computational processing. It's been an uphill battle. Google, recognizing its role to play with over 3 billion Android phones out in the world, is highlighting some of what it's doing to rectify the situation. The company is consulting with 15 image makers to improve its computational processing, which include adjustments to its white balance, exposure, color, temperature algorithm to better reflect non-white skin tones. People sporting curly or even frizzy hair are getting a better portrait mode with software tuned to better detect edges. We may expect to see these changes most prominently on new Pixel phones, though that doesn't mean post-processing can't be done on other phones via Google Photos. So Google's trying something. At least they're kind of being open about it. Like Apple's like, look, here's just sample photos where we have black people. Do you look how great they look on our iPhone? But don't really talk about it. Google, on the other hand, is at least putting something out there. But again, it's still marketing at the end of the day.
It is.
It doesn't mean anything until we see those results. But I mean, it's like, again, seems like they're talking with people. Tend to think that cameras are photographers of color and stuff like to kind of work that stuff out. So, like, I missed Google I/O I missed Google I/O's presentation, so I haven't really seen the video. But yeah, I mean, It seems like they're trying to put in that work, but again, like it'd be interesting to see kind of like where that goes. Seeing as that
Right.
they are hemorrhaging black and brown folks at that company.
Yep. Like left, right, and center. Sundar. You need to do better, man.
And also,
That moment when we are tired of your shit.
Especially when your leader is a brown person himself, and I'm thinking, bro, you're part of the BIPOC community. Why? Anybody else? Emmett,
I mean,
Jeff.
To be fair, Sundar, I feel like is decently represented within Google, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Within.
Yeah, Sundar is decently represented.
But it's just like, it's one of those things, and like, okay. But it's like, just saying.
Also out of Google I/O, it's not in the rundown. Android 12 is here. The beta is out for those who have devices who are capable of running it. So hey, if you want that, go get it. I got it. And
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, I'll wait for that full release. I'ma wait.
But speaking of algorithms and inappropriately doing things to people of color and also just women in general, we now have the reason why there's no more cropping on Twitter. Because what they were using to try to crop and put people's faces where they needed to be in those cropped image, like in the cropped images on your timeline, were mainly working for white men. This is it. Or working for black folk because it was not trained to look at darker skin. And it tend to kind of put a male gaze on women. And I had no idea that was even a thing. Honestly, I did not know that was the issue.
Well, when I tell you, whew. Whew.
I mean, you can still technically look at TweetDeck, and it's still cropping images for me. So, yeah, I barely notice a difference as it is, but
yeah, desktop app still do. I think the desktop.
Yeah, like it's only mobile. It's only mobile that doesn't do it.
Which I'm like, it's like, hey, is it cropped? And I'm like, still seeing cropped. Don't know what everybody else so excited about. Still see cropped. Okay.
So like their engineering blog does kind of go into details as to what the algorithm was they were using, what it does, and kind of what was broken about it.
Or several things.
Oh yeah, several things. In comparison, so here's what they found. In comparisons of men and women, there was an 8% difference from demographic parity in favor of women. In comparisons of black and white individuals, there was a 4% difference from demographic parity in favor of white individuals. In comparisons of black and white women, there was a 7% difference of demographic parity in favor of white women. In comparisons of black and white men, there was a 2% difference from demographic parity in favor of white men. So yeah, like at the end of the day, yeah. They also tested for male gaze by randomly selecting 100 male and female presenting images that had more than one area in the image identified by the algorithm as salient, and observing how our model chose to crop the image. We didn't find evidence of objectification and bias. In other words, our algorithm did not crop images of men or women or areas other than their faces at a significant rate. Here's what we found. For every 100 images per group, about 3 cropped at a location other than the head. When images weren't cropped at the head, they were cropped to non-physical aspects of the image, such as a number on a sports jersey. So actually, they're saying they didn't find evidence of male gaze. But I guess, when it's looking at a sports jersey for a woman, it's about in that same area. But while like this is very problematic, I still, as someone who is interested in the engineering aspect of it, it's still good to see, like, look, they did that fucking research. They listened, they did the fucking research, and they did the fucking homework. And they're showing it to you. It'd been nice if they were upfront about it initially. Again, because they announced a feature that nobody asked for. But technically people were asking for, just like they were actually asking for the algorithm to be fixed. But because it was too hard to do, there's a fuck it, we're just not going to crop anymore. Here you go. But I still wonder if this algorithm is being used because of the fact that cropping is still a thing on browsers, it's still a thing on TweetDeck or any other third-party application. Or actually, I don't know. I don't know if any third-party application saw that update too. Because Twitter shuts that down so fucking quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I still do not understand why they have API, why they are doing those rate limiting on third-party apps, but here we are. Also along the lines of a lot of this image processing algorithm, the algorithm stuff that are going to image processing in regards to darker faces, I do also want to point out that there was a story on 60 Minutes where they highlighted the research of a team of black and brown, I want to say they were black and brown women. I can't remember who all was on that team. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. What is it? Shit. I wish I remember what that
It's the way that I remember so many things, like trying to teach AI a language and just going, oops, oh no. Or the whole thing where they were just like, hey, have you wondered why those hand dryers in your bathrooms and bars and things don't work? Just because they don't read darker skin when you have them up to the sensors.
But Candace Owens says that's not true.
I mean, who said that's not true?
Candace Owens. But yeah, like this goes back to geez, what is it? I forgot what those cards were. Like I remember looking into this, but yeah, it's like I'm drawing a blank on as to what a lot of the shit, what the history is with this. But yeah, like there was a 60-minute segment where they were talking about it. It was a group of black and brown researchers who initially wrote a paper, like who wrote the book on it. But then Anderson Cooper, bless his heart, him and the 60 Minutes crew decided not to cover any of that at all. They interviewed the women, but failed to mention them anywhere in this story, mainly because I think one of them was getting their second COVID shot and couldn't be around to do their part of the 60-minute piece. So they just kind of just drew around it and just started just talking to white men about this problem. Hate to see it.
Yep. And probably it didn't go as well as they had thought of, and backtrack, pedal, statements, apology. Do better, apology. Better than that, restructuring. Do better, apology. Nothing happens. And
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it with the tech news. Got some gaming stuff to talk about.
oh yeah.
Just not getting here 2 hours later. EA has made assurances that Codemasters will just be able to run independently, similar to Respawn. So for those who are worried about what's going to happen to Dirt and Grid or whatever else that Codemaker makes or Codemasters makes, because I only know them making racing games.
Yeah.
They'll be left alone. And I'm going to say that given how Respawn has been
Oh,
with
yeah.
Titanfall, with Apex, with Fallen Order, I'm willing at this point to give EA the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Given the
I don't
fact
know
that
if
they're-
you should have though.
See, here's the thing. What saved Respawn was not Titanfall 2. It was solely Apex. It was all Apex all the time.
I think it was
yeah.
Titanfall.
No, it wasn't. Because I'm going to tell you why. Titanfall did not have the... Titanfall 2 didn't have the respect because it came out the same year. A month before Battlefield 1 and COD Advanced Warfare.
That's Titanfall 2. That's Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Titanfall 2.
Titanfall came out in March, the March of Xbox One's launch window.
Right. Mm-hmm. On just the Xbox.
And even then, it did great.
Right.
Titanfall was a great fucking game.
It was.
Titanfall 2, yeah, Titanfall 2 didn't do great, but Titanfall by itself kind of set Respawn up to be that development studio.
Right. It was good. It was good, and it did its thing, and it was great. It again, it EA'd, and EA put it up against Battlefield 1, and basically in the middle of Battlefield 1 fight of DICE and Activision bonking heads with each other, trying to get the dude frat boys, and then Titanfall 2 is like, come on guys, can I get in? Can I get in? If Titanfall had came out in January, that would have been a better success.
Let's make sure we put a distinction. Titanfall.
I'm saying Titanfall 2.
Yeah, okay.
Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Titanfall 2. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna talk, like, I still feel like that's an individual game. That's just an individual game. It has nothing, like, it could have been better, but I still feel like Respawn from Titanfall itself still set it up to be a decent studio to begin with.
Hey,
like the fact, I mean, because think about it, like if it wasn't, and it failed, if Titanfall 2 fucking shit the bed like it almost didn't quite, but it got really close.
Right.
Then yeah, like we'd be looking at a BioWare situation.
Yeah, EA kicked it out in the middle of a fight between two marquee franchise, like marquee tentpole FPS titles.
We could talk about
that's
how EA fucks shit up. But
yeah,
again,
that's what I'm saying. EA does this where it screws it up, and then it's like, oh, it's not making 15 million copies. Kill the studio. Like that's what. That's
where I disagree, because again, like look at what, like I still don't think EA releasing a game when it did had. Like, again, the game still succeeded because look at Andromeda, look at Anthem, look at what BioWare is doing, and they weren't competing with anybody.
Right. They were.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Titanfall was good. So, like,
Titanfall 2.
The fact, again, Titanfall 2, I'm still talking about, like, Titanfall franchise, Respawn.
Right.
Like, they were good regardless of what happened with the release of Titanfall 2.
And I agree with that.
BioWare had nobody to compete with both Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, and shat the bed twice.
Right. That's basically, and with BioWare, that's BioWare making checks that they buy to cash.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can look at EA, EA all day, but I'm looking at those development studios.
Right. But when I'm talking about the game is finished, the game is good, the game is great, and now you have to fight against two other first-person shooter games. I'm saying, it's like EA says, all right, boy, go out there. And they're like, there's only 2 games in the Titanfall series. There are many games in Battlefield. There are many games in COD. But they had to fight. He had to try to find a little place, the double dutch of hell between 2 tentpole franchises.
And they fucking did amazing. And they did amazing.
They came out the other side best as they could.
So it's like, yeah,
but it's like that game would have sold better if it would have came out
Yeah, but like it's that thing too. It's a
play
thing too.
later.
So it's a thing for me. It's like saying that Apex saved Respawn. No, Respawn was great. We were all waiting for Titanfall 3. Honestly, I was upset when they announced Apex. Like, no, where are the Titans? I want Titanfall 3. I want more BT. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
I want more pilots and mechs. That's what I'm here for. Not some fucking battle royale. I don't need the Titanfall version of Fortnite. No, give me Titanfall. People were upset when they were like, we're technically not working on Titanfall 3. Like, what do you mean? What are you doing? I need you to get off your asses and make some Titanfall. That's what I'm here for.
True.
I can give shit about EA. I can give shit about when they release shit. It's like, no, I'm here for Titanfall. Respawn did that. Respawn did that, not EA.
Respawn was like, Respawn came out with a good thing and was like, we got this free to play battle royale franchise. And
No,
EA was like, yes.
no.
EA was like, yes, make money, because EA does this. EA is like, we want our own Fortnite. They got their own Fortnite. Respawn lives for another day. Now, if we get a Titanfall 3 at some point, all will be great.
I mean, I think if Respawn never put out Apex Legends, but they put out Fallen Order, I think they'd have been okay. They put out Fallen Order. Like, look, of course, we're not even talking about the fucking VR game they put out, even though they won an Oscar for it.
But in order for that Fallen Order to be Fallen Order, there needed to be an Apex Legends.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes.
No. I'm not believing it. No. I'm not accepting it as an answer. No. I reject your reality and inject my own.
Also, we're doing Adam Savage now. Going to Adam Savage now.
No, it's not how this works. Fuck Apex. As you know, Apex is a really good game, but still.
Yeah, Apex is good.
It's a good game, but still, no. We didn't need it. We needed Titanfall 3.
Yes, agreed. As somebody who's played Titanfall 2, loved it. Yes.
Damn,
I
I'm
totally
play
agree
Titanfall
with
2
you.
right now. Damn it.
As much as I agree with you, but I'm saying.
To be
Apex
fair,
Legends.
To be fair, I got this new CPU in here just so I can stream Apex. I just need people to play with.
Let me know sometime. I'll jump in with you.
I have to stop playing American Truck Simulator. Eventually, I'll get there. I feel like I'm getting close. But yeah, so again, we can sit here and argue about Respawn all day. But again, with EA, outside of Titanfall 2's release date, Respawn has been doing very well for themselves.
Agreed.
And Medal of Honor.
Agreed.
And that Medal of Honor VR game. I don't think nobody's playing that.
Totally 100% agreement with you.
So I hope that we'll see some of those same successes out of Codemasters. Again, if they are still just making fucking Grid, I think they make F1 too. Grid, F1, and
look that up.
Dirt. As long as they're just making sim-ish racing games, when we don't get a need for speed, I'm okay. You ain't gotta do nothing else. Just saying. So
they did Overlord.
What are you saying though?
Oh, they did Overlord?
Yeah, the Overlord series. Colin McRae, but yeah, there's a lot of racing games here, I see. Yep, a lot of racing games. But yes, they did do the Overlord
there were a
series.
list of Codemasters video games. Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I wish I could just sort them by genre.
Lord, hey. Ooh, Clive Barker Jericho. Ooh.
So if all the ones that they get possibly make, well, so yeah, they've been alternating between Onrush. So yeah, F1, Dirt, Grid. They got Onrush, Micro Machines World Series. So yeah, it seems like a lot of racing games as of late. Oh man, Colin McRae, rest in peace. Operation Flashpoint Red River. What is that? I feel like that looks familiar. But yeah, again, yeah, just leave Codemasters alone. Just let me have my racing games. Don't fuck shit up. If y'all want to meddle with something, go meddle with Criterion and fucking Burnout and Need for Speed. Leave Codemasters alone.
Indeed.
Genshin Impact is adding 2-factor authentication.
Listen, so
I could care less about Genshin. I'm just here to remind you once again.
yep.
2-factor all of your shit.
Yep. So if you want your gacha games to be secure, 2-factor on that. Mm-hmm. 2-factor that shit, man.
In an announcement that really surprises no one, but also I'm really weird that they worded it this way because it doesn't make sense just logically. Bethesda and Microsoft will hold a joint conference at E3 2021.
No.
Which I feel like it should read Bethesda, the Coalition, Turn 10, Obsidian, Double Fine, 343 Studios,
Ninja Theory,
and Microsoft. Mojang. Yes, let's keep going. Microsoft Office.
Yep.
Skype.
Big huge games.
And Microsoft will host a joint conference at E3. What the fuck is this article even?
Yep.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But that's like, no shit.
Young's right. Rare too.
Yes, Rare. Sorry, yeah, we forgot about Rare. Sorry, Rare. Like, what does it? I don't get it. What was the point of this?
I'm literally like, why? Like, why wouldn't you just say, you know what? We just gonna be Microsoft is gonna be like Microsoft. Bethesda won't be making a Microsoft. Bethesda will be having a thing. It'll be all under Microsoft. Which I'm like, no, duh, of course.
Yeah, like, why is this an announcement?
Mm-hmm.
What do we?
Yeah, Todd. Yeah, I thought that's what the merger was for. I thought that's what the acquisition meant.
It feels like, because there was also news that Starfield was going to be exclusive to Xbox,
which
pissed off all the Sony fans. I feel like this news is doing the same shit.
Yeah, I'm literally like, bro, when I was like, yep, that's gonna happen.
It's like, this is like announcing Naughty Dog and Sony are having an E3 presser. Like,
right. And yeah, like, Naughty Dog's gonna be making games for Sony. I'm like, no shit, of course.
Like,
of course.
HAL Laboratories and Nintendo are having a joint E3 presser. Like,
right. Like, duh.
Oh my god.
Jeez,
Steam and Valve are having a joint E3 presser.
Right.
Epic and Fortnite. Oh no, the one I want to see is Epic and Apple are having a joint E3 conference.
Now that would be surprising.
That's what I want to see.
I'd be like, now that would be a surprise, and I'd be like, stop the presses. Stop the presses.
I would say
Steve,
Google.
we don't actually print anything. We just type it. What do you need?
I would say Google and Samsung, but they've already. That was another thing that came out during Google I/O. Apparently, Samsung is going back into the fold with Android Wear, and Samsung will be making Android Wear watches now. So,
okay,
yeah. This is. I don't understand.
Right.
Why was this news?
I mean, someone thought it was important. Someone was like, well, it's a little news day.
Take-Two and Rockstar joint press conference.
Breaking news. Water is wet.
What?
to you, Bob.
Oh my goodness. Also, I feel like not really shocking news because men of the internet are fucking terrible, or just men, period.
Yeah.
A new survey shows 59% of women hide their gender while gaming to avoid harassment.
Oh yeah.
Shocked.
Men are the worst.
Ga-
Toxic man.
It's
Toxic
young,
men are the worst.
As young M boy says, gasp.
Yep, indeed.
Where are we now?
They're just they are just dudes. Like they're
Who are we talking about here?
A survey shows 59% of women hide their gender while gaming to avoid harassment.
Mm. If you are if you are
Mood.
if you are a Star Wars fan, not Star Wars fan, but like if you are a Star Trek fan.
I mean, Star Wars
If
would
you
work
are-
too.
Yeah, well, for this particular thing,
Oh,
Star
okay.
Trek.
We're going to use a specific.
So Star Trek, there's a race called the Ferengi. I think some of y'all are aware. They are basically, they are basically the top toxic alpha males of Star Trek.
They're like fucking mice.
Yeah, they have booty heads and big ears, and they basically call women females. They're females, and they're always about chasing wealth, and they're always about chasing wealth, and they're just terrible. Men are the only ones that can work. Women cannot work, and they can't wear clothes. So every time I see and hear about toxic males, I often think of the Ferengi, of being like absolutely just gross, absolutely gross individuals. So yeah. So every time I hear that, I'm like, when I hear somebody say females, I always think about Cora saying females. So yeah. The worst. But yes.
This feature is coming from Oh, I hate that they wrote it like this. Even though it is a technology company. Technology company Lenovo. You mean the people who make them ThinkPads? Yeah, that company. I love that company.
Yeah.
Tasked a market research consultancy with conducting a survey on the experience of female gamers and found that for most of them, harassment is still part and parcel of the gaming experience, with 59% of participants saying they avoid revealing their gender in order to be left in peace. The next point the survey mentions makes it clear why. 77% of women have to deal with some form of unwanted behavior while gaming, whether it's their competency being questioned at 70%, they're falling victim to gatekeeping at 65%, or they're being patronized at 50%. On the other end of the spectrum, what the survey calls unsolicited relationship asks are an annoyance 44% of women have to deal with. 71% of the participants pointed out that to help with these issues, they need companies to help, for example, by gaming ads being more diverse. Well, the study also points out that women play the same game as men, with 88% playing I guess it's supposed to be co-op, but it says co-cop, which is weird to put that there. In competition style games, and 66% playing shooters. It's not just the idea that women aren't real gamers that makes it difficult for them to enjoy gaming. Female streamers, for example, are dealing with being misunderstood from their own platforms and have to accept harassment simply as a byproduct of being visible while lacking reliable support to combat it. While the study's findings won't be news to many, it's still good to have a reminder of an ongoing problem in order to start the conversation necessary to lead to some form of improvement. Now, I'm going to do the dumb thing, which I did earlier today.
Not the dumb thing.
I clicked the comments, right?
Oh, you do it.
And I think the comment that I saw, and I should have just like screenshotted it so I wouldn't have to look for it because yeah, like more people have talked on it. But of course, the whataboutism showed up of, well, what about men gaming? What about the harassment men experience? Nobody did that study. I was like, I can't.
I'm gonna need y'all to go somewhere else. I need y'all just to go. Like, I'm gonna just need y'all to go. And Major, he was wrong for reading them comments. I'm like, bro.
It was only one. It was only one. It was only one. There was not. There weren't as many when I pulled this article earlier today.
Sir, that was one too many.
I know.
That was one too many.
I know. I normally don't do it, but I had to see if it existed.
Yeah.
I had to see with my own eyes. Did somebody try that? And they did.
They did.
Without fail.
Mm-hmm.
Today we got some streamer news, and I'm gonna start off with some good news though.
Oh.
Twitch plans to introduce local subscription pricing around the world. This should, in theory, make subbing to your favorite content creators in your country cheaper, a little bit more affordable.
That's good.
I guess to be more equivalent to the $5 in your country.
Mm-hmm.
To level the playing field on global scale, Twitch plans to adjust and generally lower the price of subscriptions in most countries around the world, beginning with Mexico and Turkey on May 20th, today, 2021. Prices will then be altered in Asia, Latin America, the Middle East, Africa, and Europe starting in Q3 2021, with Twitch explaining the gradual rollout will help the community adjust more smoothly to such an impactful change. Quote, the most important thing to take away here is that subscription prices in the vast majority of countries outside of the US will be lowered. A viewer's subscription price will be based on where they live and have set up their Twitch payment method.
Okay, I'm actually kind of happy about that because I know that conversion rates and things like they were just like, well, if it's this based on the US, it's this for everywhere else in the world. Like exchange rates aren't real. So I mean, I guess. But considering what I also know is about to come up, should I go and get the Kraken from downstairs now or not? Is the question I have.
So, of course, I said we got good news. We got some bad news.
No, we have some normal news.
Oh, normal?
Because it's Twitch.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Twitch demonetizes top hot tub streamers ads without notice. Caitlin Amaranth Siragusa, I am so sorry if I mispronounced her name there, is a significant presence on Twitch where she has 2.8 million followers and more than 19,000 subscribers according to Twitch Tracker. Despite that, her ability to run advertisements in her videos has been suspended by Twitch without notification or explanation, except that, according to Twitch, her streams are not advertiser friendly.
Go figure.
I am so irritated by the whole thing. Hey everybody, this is your friendly reminder from this particular podcast member that sometime around this time last year, when the DMCA started rolling out and everything else, that Twitch was equally as speedy to tell all of their partners at the time that they were going to get copyright strikes, at which point they said, you got 40, but for the ones that they decided to give even the briefest of warning, they said, we'll give you a 48-hour warning to go through literally 4 years worth of content. Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Show as hell did.
Yep.
There is something about that in combination with Can I just address the logic of the situation for this moment?
Please, please,
Oh,
by all
please.
means.
You reduce somebody's like ad revenue or whatever they're bringing to your platform. For one, you decided to give me 2 Ninja commercials for things that I decided I wanted to watch on Twitch and haven't decided to do anything about that, but I digress. You went and you have policies and you have terms of service for these things. I am almost positive that your partners are aware that they also have terms of service and policies that they have to follow. My question, if anyone can make sense of it for me, would be the following. Couldn't you have just put whatever you were trying to penalize her for at this moment in the terms of service if it is something that people are not supposed to do? If it's just hey, there are these things that because of whoever we have dealings with, you can't do these things, you're not supposed to do these things, you're not supposed to do these things. Because note, she did not break a rule, she did not break the terms of service, but they disrupted her revenue because it's not advertiser friendly. When you are a company with a platform and have the ability to make the rules for how people can use the platform and what kind of content they can put on it, this kind of thing makes no sense. None, because you could have just said up front, hey, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you didn't tell her. You didn't tell her manager, because some partners have that whole thing happening. Didn't tell her partner manager that either. So y'all are just not informing people of things, but then punishing them for no reason. Do you have any idea exactly how many people in the health and fitness category I can go into right now that are going to be on stream and shirtless that are not going to be penalized, that are also partnered? I need to know what the T is here.
Mm-hmm.
The math is not mathing.
Mm-mm.
I need this to make sense. I will take any denomination of change at this point. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, any of that stuff. You can get me a Sacagawea coin from the 1990s if you want to. I want this to make sense somehow.
You right.
No answers.
Now, trying to practice in the ways of Linux, trying to be level-headed about this, but there's something about the flavor of all of this that just, it's giving me misogyny in these flavors. It's giving me lack of preparation. It's giving me a lack of communication. It's giving me mismanagement of platform. It's giving me, why do you think that people feel that trust and safety is a meme around here?
Well,
but you know what? I am just a lowly affiliate person who just streams twice a week. I know nothing of this culture, apparently. Oh, I hate it here.
Yeah. Pretty much as it stands now, I'm just kind of like, yeah. I'm like, this is the platform that I create on, but I definitely scream,
I
for
would
it to become better.
I would also like to point out that the fact that she just had to smooth say, I mean, this isn't the only source of income I have, so I'm not super pressed about it, because we also live in a time, especially during a pandemic where people have turned to streaming as a source of income, where you literally have to be aware that a whole thing, because of the relationships that we have to these companies, because you're not an employee and by tax standards you're a contractor, they can just go, whatever we want to do, we can just do it. Like, they could just push a button and years of work that you have are gone unless you have planned for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just go, because it wasn't friendly to the advertisers.
and hey, if you don't have plans for it, in case you're worried, hi, I can help you with that.
Can I ask a question, Twitch? If you're concerned about things that are friendly to your advertisers, why do you have an 18 plus tag that we can use on this platform? It's just not making sense. If you want to be Disney, just be Disney. If you want to be Nintendo, then just be Nintendo and update the policies accordingly so that we can manage this stuff. But if you're trying to tell us we can have an 18 plus tag and then suspend people for things like this and disrupt their revenue to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, I don't know what to tell you.
Indeed.
Maybe it's just.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I was gonna say maybe it's just like for mature, like for video games. I don't know.
You let people put Lady Dimitrescu on this whole thing. The answer is no.
I mean, it's a mature rated game. I don't know. I can't.
Child, let me go.
I can't.
Let me go on. Let me just go on ahead and get up off this phone call.
All right, let's move on. Updates time. Windows 10 May 2021 update is out now. So prepare yourselves. I would say update, but no. Again, we're streamers here. Prepare yourself. Take some time. Make sure your shit's backed up. Make sure you take note of your settings. Back up your settings in your OBS and your voice meter and your Windows. Back that shit up. And then apply the update. Don't wait to the last second to where all of a sudden you're in the middle of a game of Apex, which Kev says save respawn, but whatever.
It did, but yes.
You be in your middle of your game of Apex, and all of a sudden Windows is shutting down for updates. Don't be that person. I, for one, am taking some time this weekend and make sure all my shit's prepared, and we'll be applying the update over the weekend, so that way I'll be up to date. I was going to do it earlier in the week, but I was like, no, wait, I'm streaming. What the fuck am I talking about? That seems like a whole ass bad idea. So yeah, just this is a heads up. I encourage you to update, but make sure your shit is in order before you do. Windows is funny like that. Funny you don't have this problem with Linux or Mac OS or Chromebooks.
Truth.
But good news, hey, we've got deals. Xbox Game Pass adds Slime Rancher to the list of games. Peggle 2 is coming via EA Play. It's a lot of games. Normally there's a list, but I don't see a list today, which is a bummer. I guess I got it from a different site. Peggle 2, Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville. Ain't that your joint?
Which I haven't streamed it yet, which is wild because I have it and it's sitting on my computer, and I'm like, I need to stream this.
Like, it's coming to Game Pass. It's coming to Game Pass. Shadowrunner also is coming to Game Pass. Secret Neighbor, Wild at Heart, the Catch Carp in Course fishing. Damn, that sounds kind of amazing to play. I kind of want to play that now. Knockout City is launching on EA Play for console and PC.
Forward to that.
And action RPG Maneater will be out on the 25th. Conan Exiles, May 27th. Fusion Frenzy and Joyride Turbo are both coming to cloud. Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries is coming to console. Again, Slime Rancher for PC. And Spellforce 3, Soul Harvest, and Solus the Crown of the Magister are coming to PC. Of course, 7 more games got touch controls: Banjo-Tooie, Call of the Sea, Genesis Noir, Naruto Boy, Nier Automata, Become as Gods Edition. Why do they name their games like that? Rain on Your Parade and 2 Point Hospital. And of course, the Kingdom Hearts games are leaving Game Pass. They snuck that in there. So definitely check them out while you can. Epic Game Store is having a mega sale. So many things you can buy. If you're missing out on Kingdom Hearts leaving Game Pass, hey, you can get it for 33% off. And if you buy Kingdom Hearts 3 before May 31st, you can get 3 months of Disney Plus. But yeah, a ton of games that are here. And of course, the free game on Epic this week, because they kept it a secret, NBA 2K21 is free in the Epic Game Store. So, hoop it up. But, gentlemen, finally,
yes, sir.
This long ass road is coming to an end. We made it to the end of the show.
We did. We certainly did.
How y'all holding up? I know it was a long one.
I'm good. I'm good for the most part.
I'm annoyed with tech still, but what is new here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my read, but I'm gonna be very brief.
Listen, to call. I'm just so tired of nonsense that doesn't have to happen. That just keeps happening because people are just like, well, it's completely preventable. It truly is. But what if we just did it anyway? What if we just let it happen? Are you sure you just you see that the bridge is out? Are you sure you don't want to just turn the wheel, take a side road, take an exit beforehand? No,
it's too much work.
Straight into the ocean.
It's too much work.
And it's just dry and unseasoned and exhausting. And it just reminds me that I have yet another meeting tomorrow about some nonsense that is somewhat related to this.
It's just
very
dry. It's just too much work.
And then it's Pride Month in 11 days. Oh my God.
Prepare.
Oh, I just want y'all to know y'all are going to hear nothing but complaints from me for a whole month.
Just so you know, just get ahead of it. Matrix House is planning on changing all of our logos to rainbow.
A wonderful and a magical time.
No, I am not that pandering individual. Just no.
Nope.
So, Kev, you said you had a read for us.
Yes, I'm gonna keep it relatively brief. Now, I was like, we should probably add this in. I was thinking that for a split second, it was like maybe we could add this in the whole gaming thing, but that might be a bit. It's like it's both a non-story and B not really a non-story. So that's why I was like, I really feel like that this should be a read. Because I probably was going to talk about this sometime, on my own, but I was like, you know what? I'll save that for the podcast. So, apparently, there's this app on Switch that allows people who pay in for NSO, and that's Nintendo Switch Online, the ability to play, retro games on the SNES and NES for free. And every so often they update it with new games. Sometimes they're like beloved classics, but oftentimes they're just like, seriously, what game was that again? I think I might have rented it that from a Hollywood Video in the 90s, but I don't really remember. So oftentimes the selections are a bit hit and miss, and the games usually update every probably 30, pretty much 60 to 90 days. So for every Donkey Kong 3 and Breath of Fire 1 and 2, you might get like you might get like some odd game from Capcom a couple of years ago. So the odd RPG from Capcom. So it's been kind of hit or miss. Now, the consensus of the community, the Nintendo fanship, have been sitting with bated breath, waiting for one particular game to be released, and that game is Earthbound. And every time that Earthbound does not come out, which again, not saying Nintendo couldn't drop it, but for reasons unknown, they haven't dropped it. They haven't dropped it yet. And every time that they have these game release like these update videos, they've been absolutely dislike bombed into infinity. Ratioed, everything Nintendo says, everything Nintendo talks about, it's always brought about Earthbound. Earthbound. And I agree. And I'm like, yes, they should bring Earthbound. However, I am of the mindset that some of y'all just are not going to get what you asked for. Like, it's come to the point where Nintendo is going to, at some point, release the game. We don't know when. But they're not releasing it anytime soon. And y'all need to let it go. Y'all need to let it go at this point. If you have, most of the ones that are clamoring for it, have the ability to play it on the Wii U or 3DS, B, have the original, or C, emulate it.
We don't condone emulation unless you actually own an original copy of the game. Just gonna put that out there. If you own the game, you can emulate.
You own the game, you can emulate it. So anyway, but on the actual side of people literally complaining about that this game is not out yet, because again, Nintendo is Nintendo and will always Nintendo. That's how they usually work. But then I started to come to people saying, well, you know what? You guys aren't that excited about Earthbound, and Earthbound doesn't need to come here because Earthbound's really not that good of a game. And then I'm like, whoa, other fan base, you got a little bit too much dip on your chip. Just because I have given up and lowered my expectation that Earthbound doesn't take from the fact that Earthbound is a very popular game and a beloved entry into the series. Just because you, random fan that may not like quirky RPGs from the 90s might have an issue and take umbrage with it, doesn't mean everybody else is. It's a popular game. It's a popping game. And people are excited for it. Don't let people enjoy things. So I've literally seen both sides of the Nintendo fan base tear themselves apart about one game that's literally could happen, but not going to happen. But if it does, we just have to wait. And those who want to play it have means and avenues to be able to play it and experience the game thusly. Some of those ways we don't condone on the Tech Talk Thursday podcast, but we will show that there are ways and means to be able to play.
Well, no, it's not that we don't condone it. We just don't, what's the word I'm looking for? We don't endorse it.
We don't endorse it.
Don't look. Yeah. Do what you do. We do not endorse the idea.
Don't endorse
of emulating unless you own a legit legal copy of the game.
Right. Exactly.
That being said, when are we getting I just want to know, when are we getting the Nintendo 64 online? That's what I want.
That's a totally different angry fan base waiting for that one.
I just want to play Excitebike. Or just somebody just remake Excitebike and Wave Race?
Yeah. That's another exciting.
That's all I want.
So that was my old little thing of combination of Nintendo fans both being absolutely salty about something, and then the counter fan base saying, why you guys salty about it? You guys don't care about. You guys would support it.
Is this the Nintendo version of Stonks versus LLC Twitter?
I believe so. I'm like, In a way, yeah. It's like both, basically, just people who are just mad, who are literally mad,
Just
mad.
just because it can be bad.
Just be mad because I'm like, I don't have my thing yet. It's like, oh yeah, what about this game? And I'm like, nobody cares about your game.
I'm just gonna be mad at everybody else because I don't have Titanfall 3 yet. So
Yeah. So it's basically like Nintendo fans just being Nintendo fans. And I always have to say, as a Nintendo fan, you must A, lower your expectations, B, wait for confirmation, C, give up on a lot of franchises that you're probably not going to get. And if you're like, again, I know there's probably people who are three scoops of mad about there's no F-Zero game come out yet.
oh yeah, about that. What about that?
Yeah, so they're
So,
already.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm literally like, we're not even talking about like inane games. We're just literally talking about we want a new version of X game, and we will pay you money.
We got Star Fox 2 before we got any of that.
Yeah, exactly. We got Starbucks 2 on a whole new thing. So that's what I'm saying. Nintendo be Nintendo, because Nintendo will always Nintendo.
Nintendo's like, we are grown.
Mm-hmm. Like Nintendo is like the Riri of games. You're going to get what you get, and you're going to be happy about it. But don't ask me when I'm gonna give you what I give you. I'm gonna give you makeup. I'm gonna give you underwear. I'm gonna give you, you know, I'm gonna give you skincare products. But I am not finna give you what you asked for. That will come when I allow it, and not before.
Oh wow. Okay. Did you just really reference that? Really?
I did. And guess what? Everybody's still excited. Everybody's still engaged. But everybody is like, well, I mean, we still want the album. No. When I allow it. And that's what's the thing. And that's why I say about every time there's a new like Smash character, I'm like, guys, you're going to be disappointed.
I heard Master Chief was going to be in the next one.
Yeah, Master Chief, Rayman.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that if you are disappointed, it is because you choose to be.
Exactly. You're living in a hell of your own creation. That's what Nintendo fans are.
Because you literally do not have to be disappointed. All you have to do is go, they are going to announce the character they are going to put into the game. Oh, well, look, that's nice. They have told us what character they are putting into the game. Super. We will now continue on with our day. Y'all over here like, we are literally paying your check. No, you're not. We're literally paying your check, and therefore we should be able to tell you. You should have been able to telepathically read all of our minds collectively and put this character in the game.
No, you're not.
I mean, I've only been tweeting about it for like 2 years.
Forever.
Read my Twitter. You should always be reading my Twitter.
The fervor, like Sakurai knows you want Waluigi. He's just not giving it to you. He's not giving it to you. He said, you know what? No. Just because you asked for it, now I'm not going to give it to you.
And see, that's why I feel like I'm the only person who enjoys fucking E3. Like we talked about this earlier. I have no expectation. I don't like reading or talking about rumors. Like the 2 stories we had that were rumors of what was going to happen between WB or MGM, and the whole thing with Twitter. I don't care. Like, hit me up when this actually becomes a thing.
Right. Honestly speaking, I like knowing what things people are excited about or looking forward to or hope to see, just because I like knowing those things. But if they don't do them, like Nintendo don't owe me nothing. They can just do what they do.
I mean, and like that, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, like you're right. Like if they don't announce it, then whatever, cool.
Whatever.
Like I'm not hurt.
I'm not hurting. Like I say, I'm not hurting if they don't release Earthbound soon. I'm like, if they release Earthbound, cool. I will stream it. If I will stream it when it does.
Half the time I just rely on y'all to tell me when shit was expected.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they were looking for that. Oh, okay, cool. This is great. Cool.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I really didn't want to bring that into like a full like I mean, I know we're talking about it, but I didn't want to make that to be like a full article, and then But I really wanted to talk about it, of just being like, here we go, Nintendo fans being disappointed when they really don't have to be, when they could literally just say, you know what, I will buy whatever that comes out,
Or not.
just alone or not.
Or not.
Exactly. Like, either I buy it or I don't. Like, there's certain games that came out, and I'm like, yo, that's really cool. I'm not buying it, but I'm like, that's really cool that it's come out. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm just like, I'm happy this came out because I know someone else somewhere is going to enjoy the game.
yeah,
Like, these games aren't for me, and honestly, that's fine.
And, and like that's how I've kind of viewed like reviews or my opinions on video games. Like, I can't sit there and say a game is bad just because I didn't like it. Like, no, it was not for me. This is not
for me.
Like, I'm not going to discount so many people's work, like so many people's hours of work,
right,
that they put into something. It's like, okay, yeah, this just wasn't for me. I mean, it's not to say that there aren't bad games and
unless
bad
it's
people.
Cyberpunk, and we just drag you.
right.
No, I still can't say that. Again, I may be the only person on this show who actually enjoys Cyberpunk.
Okay. No, the thing is, I'm not dragging people for enjoying Cyberpunk, but Linux. We talked about some things. Like, they had to, like...
Yeah, yes, there are some bad things in it. I still cannot say it's a bad game.
No, I mean, we can objectively say it's a bad game. They said on a programming level, we owe you an apology.
So bad, it's a badly coded game. It is still not a bad game.
Like, bad, not in like narrative, not in like narrative story.
Individual pieces, yes.
And certain gameplay elements.
Collectively as a game, if they had all the time to fix all the shit, which they should have had to begin with, that game would be a good game.
It's just, it's a pretty house that's built on a bad structure.
Like, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a device that can play it decently.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great, but decently.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to enjoy it. But yeah, not everybody had that experience. That's the thing, like, me, personally, I enjoyed playing Cyberpunk 2077. There are things that could have been fixed, but I cannot say that that is objectively or subjectively a bad game. Yeah, there are things in it that could have been better, but the game as a collective whole was not bad.
I literally laugh every time I think about Cyberpunk when I think about Betty Nix's face when, like, her character's boobs were poking out of her shirt, and it was just kind of like this whole, like, oh god, am I gonna have to cut the stream off?
Sorry,
literal titties.
Not supposed to be seeing this now.
I'm crying. Yeah.
See that there went the ad revenue.
Yeah. So yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, Nintendo fans basically are in a hell of their own creation, and once you accept that Nintendo will be Nintendo, because Nintendo, that's when that's when you really will enjoy, by giving up and surrendering and letting the mediocrity wash over you. That's when you will find true happiness.
I don't think it's that. I don't think we should put the onus on, like, hey, once you accept what the company's just going to do, it's like, no, like, y'all just need to fucking get a life and get a grip on reality. That. Like, a company is going to company. That's whatever. No, it's you who is just like, something's wrong with you. Expect things from people who owe you nothing.
Right, they owe you nothing. Just allow them to do what they do, and that's where, especially with Nintendo. Like, it's like
ain't nobody on this. Ain't no gamer. ain't no gamer on this planet don't have a backlog. Go play a game you ain't played yet.
Mm-hmm. We literally have services. We literally have services where we can just play whatever games we want. Like, Game Pass is a thing. There are new games coming out. There's some really awesome indies that are happening. Go play those. But instead, Stop worrying about what Nintendo is doing, because Nintendo is Nintendo. Yeah, because they Nintendo, and so that's why I like mostly have been playing and buying indie games, because indie games are just amazing,
They just
and they come
surprise
out.
you. You never
They
know.
surprise you, and they come out and they're good because they want to be good. And big shout out to those. If you want a little fix of Earthbound goodness, might I suggest Atlas's like awesome Citizens of Earth. And if you want like a nice little Mother 3 taste, you can play. There's this really cool game that's going to be coming out called Odd Venture. It's on Kickstarter, and you can check that game out. So yeah,
It's really like that, huh?
yeah.
It's really like that.
Oh.
Tycho and Sin over here just having a little powwow about me. I see y'all. It's whatever. I'm allowed to like what I like. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. A little.
I mean,
Look. There.
you are no, like, see, here's the thing. You are absolutely allowed to do that. And I am allowed to pull forth all the teacups in the cabinet and just sit very loudly while you are objectively wrong. I don't know what to do.
Wow.
That's how this internet works.
I guess.
I mean, it's not like we're talking about like Xbox versus Sony. We're talking about like actual things that matter at this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, y'all can tell that when the goat comes back from the pasture next week if you want to.
Yep. But yeah, Nintendo. But yeah, nutshell, Nintendo fans, tamp down them expectations and play indie games. There are awesome indie games on the Switch to play. So go play those while you wait. Go play those games while you wait. Golf Story, go play that.
Y'all say here, you know something? I just want to look at people and go, y'all act like y'all don't have like a backlog from hell anyway.
Exactly. That's all.
Y'all haven't finished playing. You haven't finished playing the. You haven't finished playing the games that y'all already spent like $1,000 on plus cosmetics. Just go play those.
My whole point.
Again, if you want an Earthbound or Mother 3 fix, go check out the games I mentioned. Go check out Citizens of Earth. Because it pretty much plays almost like Earthbound, and play Odd Venture when it comes out. There's a demo on Steam. You can go check that out. Go check those games out. I'm not sure there's a demo for Citizens of Earth, but yeah, just go buy Citizens of Earth. But yeah, it's a good game. They're good games. Go play those.
I hope they running you coin for this.
No, I just like mentioning indies. You know me. Well, Citizens of Earth is not really indie. I think it's Atlas. But Odd Venture, I'm really not sure about who actually made that. But yeah, definitely go check out Odd Venture. I'll be sending y'all the link. I'll be sending y'all to the links in the chat, in the group chat.
All right, so Kev, what you got going on this week?
Not much really. Awesome games. Probably next week I'm going to be playing Subnautica Below Decks. Shout out to SG Tiffany for put my name in the hat with some developers who were looking for black streamers and people of color streamers, reaching out for streamers of color to play, to check these games out, because these games are predominantly streamed by people of people of color, so a little extra flavor. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm kind of looking forward to that stream, but I'm probably gonna be a little freaked out by something jumping out at me in the water.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
But sometimes you got to play games out of the box. Sometimes you got to play games out of the comfort zone. Then probably again, being vaccinated and victorious, always great. Getting back to the Sylvando fan club. Yep. Was gonna play some of that today, but circumstances and cleaning had to happen, so I had to tell Silvando I had to get at him on the next time. Yep, whole bunch of really awesome city builders, more indie games, and yeah. God, oh my God, June is gonna be crushed because, there's a lot of good indie games that are coming out next month. Whoo, yes sir.
I feel like these shows are gonna get inexplicably longer for like the next couple of months too.
Yeah.
June is a great month, but boy, running tech and gaming podcasts during those like June and now July,
yeah,
ain't gonna be great. Ain't gonna be great.
It's gonna be a deluge.
Yeah. Might. I don't know. Figure something out.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Sin. Look. I'm sorry. Before Single, Tycho. You know what we don't want. You know what we don't want here. I know I have a problem, but my bills are paid. Cause nothing else better to do. To spend my money. Wait, where is it going?
Got the bag.
Yeah.
He's like, you had to move the bag.
Secured the bag.
Secure the bag.
So, if y'all seen that GIF, you know exactly which one that was that I was enacting. You're welcome.
I have no
yeah,
clue, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it anyway. Somebody needs to share.
Yeah.
I want to be in on this now.
I kind of want that suit to be real. I kind of want that suit and the bag. Like, I want the tiny man bag too.
So there are two gifts here. One of them is LeBron James at a press conference being like, "Okay, I'm out," and just like getting up and leaving.
I think I've seen that one.
The other one was Octavia Butler just like sitting. It looks like she's at a bank, just like, "I am so over this," and just getting up and leaving.
You mean Madame Viola?
Oh, that's Viola Davis. You are correct. You are rather correct.
He was like, I am bothered. Let me get this purse.
Oh, the episode
here. I'm just
the most shit.
I'm just gonna make sure that you get the reference.
Yes.
For those references.
Yes. So I have seen both of them individually.
Yeah, amazing. They are amazing every time I see them because it's like, yep.
But as for what I'm doing this weekend, cable management is tomorrow. Doing some planning some behind the scenes stuff for tabletop podcast I'm going to be on. That's going to be fun. Ooh. And then we're back to more games on Monday and Tuesday at 8. More Scion second edition on Wednesday at 8, and then back here for Thursdays, which I have no idea what we're playing still.
Yeah, someone kind of snuck up
it's
on
fine.
us.
It's fine. We don't have to worry about it. We don't have to even think about it today, because I'm gonna tell you this: after we get out of this podcast today, I am going to just clear this desk. I am lying. I'm going to be up for like another 2 hours. I'm probably going to go downstairs and actually have a coffee because I have writing to do. Writing and reading and filling out forms. It's going to be a
Tycho
late
wants to know,
one
did you finish Final Fantasy X?
I have not finished Final Fantasy X yet. The way that I am... No, I haven't had to yell at Waka yet, but I am prepared for it because we're about to enter the second to last area of the game, and he's going to be about some nonsense, and I hate it.
Agreed. Waka is the worst.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we have going on. So I will talk to y'all next week about how very well managed all my cables are. It should be great.
You be great. Be great. for me, tomorrow I am literally securing a bag. I have a new book bag coming in, so and get ready to go back into the office, which I am definitely looking forward to. My Mac, not my Mac, but my M1 iPad Pro is coming. So yeah, say whatever. You know what? I'm just tired. Yes, I did it. I bought a new iPad, so that'll be here tomorrow. Even though I was really scared that it wasn't, because they told me it was on back order. But they sent me the email tonight saying it is on the way. Also, they're sending me something else on Monday. I don't know what it is, but something is heading to my house on Monday as well. They left from the same place, but like different shipping. Like the one that's gonna be on Monday is like standard shipping. The other one, my iPad, is overnight. So I don't know what's coming Monday, why it's not arriving with everything else, but whatever. Probably some more Truck Simulator. I have a whole bunch of shit that I need to catch up on. I was supposed to do Tuesday, but didn't get around to because I've been in the office all week. So I am fucking exhausted. My knee fucking hurts. I feel like an old man and I don't like it. I'm only 33 and I should not be hurting as much. I should not. I really should, but I am. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate these chuckles. I don't. I don't. So that's why I need Anka here. I need to be the cautionary tale for her.
Mm-hmm. Don't be us.
Don't.
Be young forever.
Please. Let's see. Oh, my son's going to his grandparents' house, so I'll at least have the weekend. Just me and the missus being able to just chill. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a date night. I don't know. I still don't trust people.
Yes.
Even though you are fully vaccinated, please keep the mask.
I'm just
up.
saying, you have a home theater.
She don't come up here. She don't come up here.
There's a home theater and Uber Eats. You can make a date night work.
She don't come up here.
No, what you do is you get Linux. What you do is you get a speaker and you just play Silk Sonic loud enough for her to be able to hear in other parts of the house, so that she knows that you're leaving the door open, and then to stay in the upstairs area of the house.
Just shave smooth a newborn.
What you doing?
Oh,
Where you at?
Damn it! I tried.
Oh, you got plans. Don't say that.
So I tried that TikTok meme with her yesterday, but I made the mistake of doing it while she was sitting in the same room as me. So she just looked at me like, nigga, what you doing? Stop texting me this. You know exactly what I'm doing. You can see me.
I'm right here.
I was like, damn, I got nobody else I could do that with that does not make that sound creepy. So fuck it. I just like blew my only chance to really get this to work. Because I got impatient. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe who knows? I doubt it, but you know. I've not fixed my fin painting yet. I should really get on that. It's still on the floor from when it fell last week. So I should tell you where my life is right now. I can't even
because you said fin, we have to talk about this one.
Is that what the left shark, right shark?
Baby shark. Anyway, this is a shark, and his name is Finn. Officially, that's the name. So I thought we would put that out there.
Awesome. Was it
Love
a bottle opener?
No.
Oh, it's just a shark. It's just a little shark toy.
Yep. It's just there to just adorn the desk.
Oh.
Don't know what it is. Love it. Just love it.
But yeah, that's about it. Same old. But again, thank you all, everybody, for tuning into what has to be probably one of the longest episodes of Tech Talk Thursday that we've ever had. Apparently,
well, we had to make this a little bit longer this week to make up for last week.
Yeah, last week was just nothing, but everything this week. Like there were stories I had to cut. Just to let you know.
That being said, we'd like to remind y'all, if you want to, on the Twitters, if y'all want to just like send Linux a note and be like, I really would like to hear y'all's opinions on these things. I'm sure that he would love to hear that from you.
Yes, please. I know Tycho does submit some stories to me through Discord, so that's also an option. Majors.house/Discord is where you can get access to that. Yep, some of the stories that we do cover for the week do come from Tycho, do come from some alternate sources. Really do appreciate it. I thought you were about to sick them on me for Cyberpunk, so no, we're not gonna do that.
I mean, I would if I wanted to, but we're not trying to be disrespectful in this house.
You do have the means and the opportunity and the power to do so. That's what I'm afraid of.
That's okay. That's okay. We're friends here.
Okay. This 14 months has taught me some things. Sometimes you just gotta look at people. It's a little funny. So,
Oh no, like, see, allow me to explain to you. If ever that ever becomes a thing, I just want you to know
that I will lose in this fight.
I am absolutely the one who will tell you that it's coming, because I want you to know it was me. Like, I want there to be no questions about whether or not that was what I intended. Like, it's me.
Sin is Orlenia Tyrell. Be like, tell him it was me.
I was thinking the dude from, was it the Count of Monte Cristo? Was it was it Inigo Montoya? I'm fucking butchering the name right now.
You mean Princess Bride?
Is that what it was? Like you killed my father or some shit like that?
I would think Ortega. You killed my father.
Yeah.
Prepare to die.
That right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I am not a literary genius by any stretch. I get this all through pop culture osmosis, and even then, it's like, I don't know.
That movie's on Disney Plus. I should watch it. That word, I do not think it means what you think it means, senor.
It's Princess Bride, right?
Yeah, Princess Bride. Yeah,
not Princess Diaries. That I keep getting those mixed up for some reason.
No, it is definitely not Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries is the Anne Hathaway movie, right?
Yes.
Which should also be on Disney, because that was a Disney movie.
Yes.
Anyway, look, we're rambling. Thank y'all so much for tuning into again the super long episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for May 20th, 2021. I'm gonna go rest. Try to get this podcast up again. This actually might be a Friday when everything posts. I'm not even gonna try to get everything done tonight. Thank y'all again. See now that it's been established, the motion has been made and it's probably carried by Sin, or seconded and will be carried by Sin, which means I can't do anything tonight. I'm already anticipating I've lost that vote.
Yep.
For what? A vote for what now?
For me to not do anything with this show until tomorrow.
Correct.
See? Mm-hmm. And not even use the loophole of I'll just wait them out 10 minutes.
Nope. 2-1 voted.
Anywho, yes, thank y'all again for tuning in. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech news stuff, but no, you said I've got nowhere to be for 5 hours, so I guess I'll sit here. And listen to them talk about it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hey, and if anybody sees Anka, tell her we miss her. We can't wait to have her back. Hopefully she's vacationing very well. Thank y'all so much. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you. Peace out.
Wakanda forever.